Yo, you already know what the fuck it is. What's
Goddamn.
good, man? Had
You
to
ain't
come
never
through
gonna
with a
happen.
had to come through with an all-star cast. What's good, man? I got my boy Wallow here. My nigga
Yo, 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 yo,
Wing.
yo, yo, yo.
My
What's
nigga
up?
Wing.
What's good?
Got Charlie here in this bitch.
What's good, motherfuckers?
Got Tyron here in this bitch.
Yo.
Commander Keysay.
Ah,
Don't call him that. That's Bunstay. That's
Don't
Bunstay.
boost the boy head up. We don't need that right now.
Super
Why am I
cool.
Aruch.
What's happening? Now you gotta say my name better than that, cuz. You gotta give me the interest I deserve. You gotta say my name better than that,
Yes.
cuz. Well, you know how it is.
Super cool.
I went in her
You
room.
already know what's poppin', man. What's up, what's up?
Yeah,
What's
OG.
going on?
We out here, man. I'm finna do this live reaction real quick, bro. Be something straight. Yeah, hold on. Let me let y'all niggas see my pretty ass. Hold up.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
What you
What
just
type
say?
of fucking
Oh,
gay
hell
shit was
no.
that? Pause, nigga. Pause.
I was about to fuck you.
Graham in here? Graham will be in here.
No, Grim ain't here, nigga. Get off that. Get off that. Get off that. Get off
Hey,
that.
That
hey,
nigga
why you still
said
got the hat
grim.
from West Cardinals on?
Oh, I had that nigga. That's a Milwaukee Bucks. You cut. That's enough. All right. Anyway, finna get this live read through One Piece. Niggas saying it's
Calvin
hype.
got a
Niggas
job.
acting the
Man,
fool
yo,
saying it's hype. So we finna see.
nigga, yo,
Huh?
you long ass Giannis Kumpo neck having that.
What? Where Toddy at so we can roast that
That
nigga
ass
too? I heard
Hey,
about
hey,
him.
hey, I gotta give you got a nice mic though. I'll give you that.
Yeah, that shit clean though.
Yeah, he do got a clean
Then
mic.
why is it that you still sound like you just on Matt Heron all the time?
Nigga,
Heron,
cause
nigga.
Heron is the
That's the
shit. You already
Heron.
know.
I do
Anyway,
know. I do know.
Afghan Heron,
all
nigga.
right,
Afghan
shut up,
Heron.
niggas. All right, it's time for this live read through. So, all right, chapter 895, Luffy the pirate versus Commander Dogtooth.
Hey, wait, you can't read though.
Nigga, I knows letters. All right,
It's fundamental, nigga. It's fundamental.
nigga, Buggy,
Nani?
Buggy,
Yeah, buggy.
what?
Unless you
Yeah.
call Bouguet.
Bouguet. Oh, my nigga, Snake Man, look just like Brown Man.
That nigga sounded so underwhelmed.
What the fuck, nigga? Look at the fucking identical as
hey, 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 he went. That shit went up, then back down. The height.
fuck. What the fuck? This shit look identical as fuck. Let me look at this bitch again. What? All right. Anyway,
You just
all right,
racist.
Brown Man, Gear Force, KD Man. Haha, Snake Man, you look a bit different now. Yeah, now he's still wheezing. Oh shit, faster. He still does that bitch though. Ooh, crack. Never mind. Cracked his eyes.
That's right.
Damn. Why from the side? Squeeze, squeeze. What the was? No, this nigga is fucking Katakuri up. Ooh, I told y'all niggas, bro. It's like a culverin.
You
Yo,
That's
what's
saw
like
it.
a
up?
culverin.
You saw it. You saw
You
it.
see it? You
Yo,
see
bro,
it?
It's the
you ain't
godly
even hit the
culverin. It's the
greatness yet,
godly
nigga.
Yeah,
Keep
you
culverin.
ain't even
going,
hit the
bro.
great. Yeah, keep going.
Yeah,
And
keep
just
reading.
said that
Keep reading,
shit
bro.
just like in Dress Rosie, like after him, Python.
Nigga,
Keep
keep
reading.
Hey,
going,
this,
bro.
hey,
Come on,
man,
dog.
everybody need to mute themselves till the nigga done. Let the nigga finish this shit, bro.
Ah,
Mm,
Say
Oh
I'm on.
my god. What
I'm
in the
still.
fuck is that? Ooh. Speaking of muscle augmentation, what the fuck? Nigga.
I still don't believe the nigga can read.
Nigga, shut up. You just pieced this nigga, bro. Oh my god. I'm so hungry. The fuck are you babbling about? I feel refreshed. What the fuck? He's cracking my. They're cracking each other. This shit is lit as fuck. Hawktooth is cold, fam. My niggas is blocked in with a foot. Mamba, huh? Oh, you going to Mochi? Yo. Thanks, but no thanks. Nigga! Bam. Y'all niggas can unmute yourselves, but
That nigga Curry is a fucking god. That nigga Curry is yeah, you read that shit quick as fuck, but Curry is amazing.
nigga, that shit,
Nigga.
that Spike Mochi Slayer shit, fam.
Hold on. Cause nigga Super Cool was trying to tell me yesterday that the shit was even. Does that shit look even to you?
No.
It's even.
Nope.
It's even to me. It's still even. Like the niggas,
Hey,
Come
bro.
on, bro.
they knocked each other out. They knocked each other out.
Ass, bro.
You remember the part where they knocked each other out? So like they ain't even to you. If I punch you in the face at the same time.
I'm gonna just say this. The one reason why it ain't even is when he did that seismic slam.
That dice mochi.
Yes, nigga.
Hey,
That shit
but here's the
cold.
thing, though. I
Nigga hit
told
him
y'all,
with two
nigga,
big
King
old
Cobra
numbers, nigga.
is the super version to the snake shot.
Yeah, like I feel like if King Cobra doesn't do anything and that shit just like we don't see what that shit does. That's the main reason why I think like this
Remember the
fight
snake
can't be
shot.
over.
That's all I gotta say.
Because we got
Remember
to
the
see what
snake
it,
shot.
we got to see what that shit does. Like if they, you know what I'm saying, if they knocked out and everything, that'd be kind of corny. Because we would have never seen what King Cobra could do. Because like he doesn't have a fist. It ain't like a regular fist. He got his hand open just like Snake Shot was when he did it against Hoden.
Yeah, bro, but
He
like
grabbed
that
the
was
whole head and crushed it.
like that was ridiculous, man. Like they
Yeah, Katy
first of all,
Curry
we got an
stiff,
entire
man.
chapter about them.
Dog,
I
like
wasn't
I
expecting
just
that.
can't, I just can't believe like the nigga made him pull out a new form and this shit still is not
It's
enough.
not
Like clearly,
not enough.
clearly.
He's not dominating the fight.
Yeah, like that's what's great about it. The whole fact that Luffy isn't dominating. Like that's
I
great.
mean,
I'm
like
glad it
to
ain't go
me,
down
like
like that. Like if Oda would have wrote that nigga like Luffy just destroyed that nigga with Snake, man, it wouldn't had, you know what I'm saying, it's great. The
like
effect to me is what I'm saying right now.
Yeah, bro.
to me,
Bro,
like
Katakuri was getting crabby. He's like, I eat those. I eat those. And so come back and bust your ass again.
But the nigga beater. That's
And
all.
Luffy isn't.
The nigga
And
beat him.
Luffy isn't doing the same thing the
no,
whole
look,
fight.
I'm not gonna act.
Hey, let's be
Look, bro, I
real.
ain't
That
gonna act like
motherfucker is
Luffy's not.
rolling because he don't want to drop on the floor.
Yeah, let's
Yeah, the whole fact
be
that nigga.
completely
Go ahead.
serious. Let's be completely serious. If Luffy would have pulled out that bounce man like he did against Dofi and against Pac at first, he would put that out again on Katakuri. He would have let loose with that. It wouldn't have been no back and forth. Some people think it's this way. Some people think
Man,
it's
he
that
already
way.
faded that shit, bro.
Yeah, but that when he had that hockey on his side, but now the hockey even looked like it, and shit,
But
King
is it
Kong
though?
gun would have been a different story with him.
But is
Yeah,
it
both of them see in the future.
is it
Nah,
even
I'm
though?
not doing this. I'm not doing
Man,
this.
one thing about beating observation is unpredictability and randomness. And that's exactly what Snake Man can do for Luffy with this.
Yeah.
It's true.
On top of
Look,
super speed
like,
and
again, like
super
I'm
speed.
not gonna act.
What?
I'm not gonna act like
So
I'm ignoring. Like I ain't gonna act like I'm like Luffy's progression isn't there because clearly it is. You know what I'm saying? How do you want to chop that progression? Like he has gotten stronger throughout this fight. But the fact that the gap between these two niggas has not moved at all is
What?
what.
What?
I
Come
wouldn't
What?
say that.
on now.
I wouldn't say
What?
it
What is
hasn't
you
moved
talking about?
at
What?
The whole
all.
fight it
I
got
would say
closer, bro.
What?
Be
Nah,
serious.
no.
I wouldn't
Look
say
to
at
me,
all. I can't agree to that though. It has
everything.
progressed.
Look, everything that Luffy came out with, the nigga Katy Curry pulled out the same thing, but better. Come on now, like
I'm
come
saying I
on,
get that,
So he pulled that gear
but he's
four for
cracking him
better.
consistently.
I can
He's
do
So
it.
cracking
you
him
so y'all
consistently.
think? Hold on. Let me ask y'all this question so I can make sure I can understand what y'all think. That the dice mochi is better than Snake Man. That one attack is better than everything
No,
Snake Man can do.
no.
I ain't
No,
saying that, but that's a
I
cold
think
answer.
it's
I
all right.
mean,
I think it's
I'm just trying to
stronger.
clarify. I'm just trying to clarify. I ain't say you said it. I'm just asking. I ain't say nobody said it. I'm just asking to clarify.
I
And
mean, the stickiness from
I say it's stronger. Like
First of all, you say piggybacking on that.
It's a
About
huge
time that nigga got sticky again. I don't know where the fuck that went from.
like
I was sticky again, but that's cool.
but yeah,
Hold
that's
on.
the thing that's
I'm glad
fucked
you
up.
remember.
Yeah, you know,
He can
like
control the stickiness. That's why.
Oh,
He
welcome,
can.
Milo. You been eating shit the entire time. What's up?
I just ate that one.
What up, yo?
Nah, but again, like I don't see like I don't see the one that the progression hasn't advanced. Like he's clearly not where he was when he was first fighting Katakuri because he can't. His hockey has increased, but besides that, you also got to take to the fact that like if he would have went Snake Man and then one shot of this nigga like you guys were thinking he was gonna do, y'all would have been mad as fuck that he just ended it. It's more
no,
showing that
I'm not mad that there's that Luffy is still getting his ass whooped. I'm just it feels like everything prior to this arc, like
That's
he
me.
like
That's yours.
Oda has broken his pattern completely in terms of how Luffy always wins. You know what I'm saying? In terms of how Luffy
Yeah,
fights
eat
the
this
most.
one.
I can see that, Hans, but in the same point, with agreeing with that, it's actually better to the story that Oda's evolving and not being so formulaic with how shit ends. Because if he just
He's trying to
ends it
use
the
Like
same way
formulaic.
all the
Spell
time,
formulaic.
they're not playing petty pirate games anymore. Like this is the
Nigga,
basis.
bruh.
and Charlie brings up a good point though. He brings up a damn good point.
He got to spell the word first, but
nigga, I know you ain't talking.
Ooh, he told you,
Uh-oh.
girl.
Oh, oh.
but
I mean,
anyway,
Oda's execution with this form was pretty bad. I felt like it was going to do something totally different than a Culverin like
I
upgrade.
mean, like
It
It's
No, but
didn't.
still
listen,
Gear
listen.
Force
I
though.
thought
Let me
it
It's
say
was
this.
still
wait,
Gear
but that's what
Force.
I had been saying that for a while. That I thought it was going to be a constant series of poems.
Nah, but let me
no,
say
I
this,
mean, like
dog. The
it was just.
problem.
Go
Go
ahead.
ahead,
Yeah,
Wallow.
yeah. The problem is like people was expecting way too much. This is just something to give him an opportunity. Like, bro, an opportunity to hit this man consecutively. You know what I'm saying? Which he has been able to do with this form because, like he said, bro, that shit
I'm gonna
it
bite.
speeds up every time it bounces. It's getting faster as
Which
it
is crazy.
stretches, it accelerates, it's moving faster. So it's like with him, Katakuri reaction speed is top tier, top notch, whatever you want to say. Like this man is a beast because,
Yeah.
like I said, he not only did he get in the paint with Gear Force and was out there slumping him, the bound man, knocking his ass around. You feel me?
Yeah.
This man changed it up and went speed, and he's still dealing with that.
That's my point. Like maybe I didn't describe it perfectly,
Oh,
but the fact
I
that
didn't mean to
like
cut you off. I didn't cut you off, but what's good, Scape? Just want to welcome Scape.
What's
Hey,
good,
what's
Skate?
poppin',
What's
yo?
good?
what's up, Skate?
What's good? What's
Okay.
good?
Yeah,
He's
but like that's like maybe I didn't articulate it well, but I'm saying like the fact that little bit of progression that Luke's shown, like Katakuri has adapted to with relative ease,
Yeah.
and
Can I
that
respond to that though? Can I respond to that too? Because I think like you're like I understand you saying like the same thing for Katakuri, but I can say the same thing for Luffy. No matter what Katakuri has done, he can't knock this nigga out. Like it's the same for both ways. No matter what Luffy did, he can't beat like they can't beat each other at the end of the day. They're both
now
just as impressive in my opinion.
look, you see
But
why
there's
like
a
the only reason
difference.
why it's not as impressive for like to Luffy for me, like it's like Luffy is like literally is always like he gets hit all the time just by
Yeah,
the
I get
nature
what
of
you're
his suit.
saying.
Like he take hits. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So
Yeah.
like that's why
Yeah.
like even though this is a severe ass whooping, if anyone could take that ass whooping, it should be Luffy. That's how I think about it.
Yeah.
Another thing too, I kind of feel like most people feel like that because we done seen like how many Luffy fights at this point in time. Like we done seen millions of
5,000.
like you know what I'm saying, and we seen this nigga for the first time, and we put this nigga up on a pedestal because this is our first time seeing this nigga. We ain't gonna look at Luffy the same way.
No, I mean I'm not one of those niggas that be putting Katakuri on a pedestal. You know what I'm saying? Like I thought
Cross our trees.
I'm
I
like
am.
to me like the only thing that comes out of this chapter for me is like this is not again like there's no way this is as simple as the nigga just knocks him the fuck out and walks away. Like the
Why
fight can't
not?
end
Okay.
that way.
But why not? Why
Category
can't it
is
be
on the
something like
pedestal.
that?
Because
But
that's
I mean, would you prefer
That's
that?
that's anticlimactic like if you're making Katakuri, who's not even the strongest nigga in the crew, because clearly his mom is way stronger. You can't just end the fight like this. That you be going in and out with this fight. Be automatic. he just showed Luffy one shot him. That's not good. That's
That's
not good.
that's
That's not good
anticlimactic.
writing to
I
me.
agree with that, but I feel like him
Not
winning the fight
really.
is anticlimactic. Like
Nah,
if
but
this
that
nigga can't even if this nigga can't beat the second in the Yonko crew, like you know what I'm saying, this nigga need to rethink his life. If he can't beat the
Yeah.
second in
Wait,
charge
wait,
in
wait.
the Yonko crew,
Basically, that nigga needs to go on another time skip.
yeah, it's
Huh?
called the
that
four
what it seems
Yonko.
like y'all want.
No,
Yeah,
ain't
like
look, ain't got to be a whole time skip now, but yes, like the nigga needs to rethink about his life. Like you after this, you about to go face Kaido, nigga, and
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
think you ready? Come
Hold
bruh.
on,
on.
though. Wait.
Yeah,
Let's
this
be
man
honest.
already.
It's been like
What?
only like about 2.5 years. Luffy been sailing, right? You
Yeah.
Yeah.
expected him to just be able to take out the second in the Yonko crew like daddies, like
it ain't easy.
What?
It ain't easy at all.
Roger.
couple
I mean,
years.
bro,
Not
Roger
yeah,
easy
did
at
it
yeah.
all.
in
But
3.
yeah,
Shit,
none
nigga.
of this is
Yeah.
easy.
Well,
For
None of
Nah,
it
anybody
easy at
trying
all.
to do it.
but Milo, you got to remember, Roger did his and said the whole thing, did the whole thing in 3 years. So we
Mm.
can't be on this little pedestal. Be like, well, Luffy young, he's still
Oh,
like 19. He
But we
should
don't
be
know how
able to
old
do
I
Roger
that.
don't
was
feel
though.
like
That's a different story.
we
They
don't
didn't never
I
say
don't
know.
think
Roger was the
age
same age
matters
as
that much.
Luffy.
I don't think
Age
Wait,
don't
age matters that
matter.
much. I don't think it
how
matters
do
that
we
much.
know? It
Nah,
only took him three
No,
years.
it don't.
Wait,
We don't
when do
know.
We've
we see
seen it
that?
doesn't matter.
We don't
We've
know
seen
what
for a fact that it
Roger's
doesn't matter.
backstory was like. He could have been part of the Marines, was at some point, and then wanted to become a pirate. At that, we don't know fully Roger's backstory to say that. Oh, he just started to sail the season 3 years, and now he's able to get to the. He could have been doing some fire ass shit before then.
No, but Rayleigh told him. So
Mm.
Rayleigh told all the Straw Hats, yeah, in 3 years we ran through the whole Grand Line and did everything.
And
Wasn't
And
how
that
they
after
after?
find
us
that?
Wasn't
stop,
that after the second voyage though? Because
yeah, no,
yeah,
yeah, he
that's like at
said,
the end of the
but he said that one was us stopping, trying to find out everything about the poneglyphs, void century, meeting all these different people, doing the stuff the Straw Hats doing. He said that took 3 years. So I don't see
Okay,
why it's so bad if Luffy can do it in the same amount of time
because
or a
Another
little
how
thing,
many
shorter
another thing too.
with
Hold on, Milo.
help.
Let me say
do they
another
have?
thing too. Like another thing we can say, we seen Ace for a fact, and we know that nigga became like second in command in the Whitebeard Pirate crew in like 3 years. And age doesn't mean everything. Like it was hella niggas that could have been, you know what I'm saying, second division in his crew that he stepped over. Like age don't mean everything. Y'all trying to make it out the same. Like just because you
No, no.
old don't mean you gonna beat my ass. Just because you old.
Hold on, though. Hold on.
I mean,
He wasn't the strongest
respect your elders,
in
man.
the
But
Whitebeard crew.
I ain't say he was the
That's
strongest. I'm just saying he got to that level.
But
You
he
know what I'm saying?
died.
I mean, he's
Yeah.
but
definitely a top
the
seeder
whole
without a shadow of a
category
He
doubt.
was at that level before he died.
strongest in Big Mom's crew. Unless you think someone else is stronger than Katakuri.
Never said that.
We
When
are
did I
not
say that?
doing that.
Losing.
No,
No, but
No,
we're not doing
I,
that
no.
stupid shit. Not here.
I
I'll
think the
shut all
biggest
this
thing.
down.
No, but I think the biggest thing is that like you're missing the fact that this is the story of how Luffy becomes that nigga, and how is he gonna be that gangsta ass nigga like the Pirate King was renowned to be if he don't do gangsta ass shit like beat Katakuri right now.
He can't even,
Hold
if
on,
he
hold
can't
on.
even beat the number two. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel
Yeah.
like he's fighting number two. It just show you how strong the world is, but he still should be able to beat the number two.
No,
If
I'm
you
not
feel what I'm
saying
saying.
he shouldn't be able to. I'm saying I don't see why people are reaction that Katakuri was disabled. Like,
How do I mute myself?
Listen, let me say this, dog. I don't see no problem with him not beating this nigga. I don't see no problem with that because to
I
me,
do.
all right, but that's cool. You know, you feel
Yeah.
me? That's perfectly fine. But
Yeah.
let me break it down to you why I don't. You feel me? Because for
Hmm.
one, I'm one of the believers that okay, he loses to someone like this level. You feel me? But mind you, he just climbed up to that level. You know what I'm saying? He just got there. I don't think he should be able to beat someone who's been there for the longest. You know what I'm saying? Take your L, pick yourself up, and like I said, he ain't going straight to Kaido after this. There will be something else, Jack or Weevil, in his path that he will grow again from. Because what Rayleigh did was he installed the tools for this man to grow rapidly when he has a top tier fight like that. Because remember in that flashback, Luffy said it depends on what type of personality the person has.
Mm-hmm.
And just so happened that this man's personality matched his type. and that's niggas is having a fucking hardcore ass fade. You know what I'm saying? And he's
Yeah.
growing,
And
but I don't think he should be
yep.
able to grow and just surpass this
Yeah.
nigga who's already been at this pedestal and he's coming up
For
to it.
like 20 years.
Well,
But the
Right.
well,
potential gotta come
let
in
me
the
ask a
fight.
counter reaction. Yeah, let
Yeah.
me ask you this as a counterpoint then, Waldo. Waldo, if he doesn't win this fight, how does he get out of here?
How
What
does he
about a
get out? Look, all
time?
right, like all right, you know what I'm
A
saying?
miracle.
I see it as a situation where even if he loses, if Luffy loses the fight, you know what I'm saying? They both end up on their back. You know what I'm saying? And he still has his fighting spirit, and like he probably KO'd. Like we seen him, he's knocked out, but he still want to fade. His eyes are completely white, but he's still ready to go. You know what I'm saying? And Katakuri
Okay.
see that. Katakuri see that. He's like, damn, I couldn't break this man's will to fight with all of this. You know what I'm saying? And he mind like I said, he was already on the floor, but both of them got back up. But he's knocked out. He can't do nothing. So Katakuri won the fight,
Okay.
but in his head, he's like, I gotta, because I couldn't break this man. Like
Okay.
he usually kill
I see.
people or break them.
I see. Let me respond to you because this how I think. This is my opinion. How I think the fight gonna end. A way that would make sense for both of us. Because I feel like in my opinion, Sanji has to play into this arc just like how Usopp played into the Rob Lucci fight. I feel like
Hmm.
Sanji has to come and get this nigga like a speech. You know what I'm saying? Get this nigga
Get
to like
up.
the motivation to go, yeah, some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Basically, and tell this nigga, cause like if you read the chapter at the end of the chapter, it's like a little it's a little mirror at the end of the chapter. And if you read some of the fake spoilers, some of the fake spoilers were saying that cause
What?
Puddin had a house on Cacao Island. Like she got the shop and shit on Cacao Island that they had when they were eating up the chocolate and shit. So
Yeah.
in the fake spoilers, they were saying that Puddin told Sanji that she had a mirror in her house and that she was gonna use that he was gonna use that
Hey,
to
y'all,
talk
hop
to
back on in a
Luffy.
minute, yo.
So I'm
Yo,
saying,
hey, for the 15 niggas watching, shout out to y'all.
in
Continue.
my opinion, you know what I'm saying? If the way I see it, like if this is the end of the fight, I don't think it is, but if it is the end of the fight, I can see both of them niggas like being knocked out and basically like starting to get this nigga a pep talk to walk and get out or crawl, get the fuck out of there and just stand up. That'd be an
Right.
okay way to end the fight for me.
Let me say this, and I'm on the side that says that I don't mind if Luffy loses either, because I know Oda can always write it out to a way that makes it make sense at the end. And what I'm doing is I'm gonna think back to how Marineford was, right? When Luffy had zero chance against anybody in front of him on that war. And you had all these Yonko commanders that came in and helped his ass out when at such a high level. And you say, okay, 2 years training with Rayleigh. I can say, okay, maybe he can fight one of them, but he still doesn't have the experience and combat knowledge and age to really be saying he's ready to take out somebody like that. You just been training with animals and getting some pep talks with Rayleigh to teach you some things. But that ain't shit compared to what those niggas in that battle for the Marineford went through. They went through it. And Luffy to say that you're going to beat the top tier of those type of men that you had to rely on in Marineford? Like, that's a little bit too soon for me, especially like you say, you got Wano really coming right up. And like I said, if he beats Katakuri, I already can see how many debates for Luffy's next fights are going to look like. They're going to assume, like, why isn't he looking in the future or almost in the future now? He already beat the strongest person in Big Mom. It's going to be a shit fest if we see.
It's gonna be
I
completely
think
different
if
though.
he beats him, it's
I
going to
disagree.
change the power scaling a lot. For a lot of people, they're going to think, oh, Luffy's definitely stronger than Zoro now. And Luffy going to
Yeah,
definitely
hey,
beat
Yeah,
Cracker
he
he
now.
is.
All
He
yeah,
is
no,
stronger than Zoro.
Listen,
That Zoro Phantom came out just then. The end of that
Hey,
shit.
yeah,
hey,
Key said,
I'm
you
just
want to see,
bringing up
you want
examples.
to know the problem I have?
Go ahead.
Let me say this real quick. With the, bruh, like you said, it would break the power balance, bro. You feel me? Luffy said to Inarashi when he seen him in Neko, these niggas are strong. They fought against Jack for 5 days, switching off and on,
Straight up.
and couldn't stop that dude. But if he beat someone like Katakuri, these people out here is gonna say he shouldn't have to fight Jack.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so you're
When he
saying that he's
said,
gonna hit the point that Jack
listen,
would be beneath him? I don't
Mm-hmm.
believe that, and that's
no,
why. And that's
no, listen, that's what people will think though. They
Yeah.
will
Yeah,
think that.
I don't like
I
that.
would.
I don't know. No.
Go ahead, Virgo.
Wait. Because I believe that they don't. The commanders for Kaido's crew and the commanders for Big Mom do not directly correlate. There's gonna be a different level of power over there for a different Yonko crew. It can't just be like commander.
Thank you.
Commander. It's not gonna be like that.
Okay,
No, but see what I think with Kaido crew is it's more individually based. Like nigga, we see Kaido on Sky Island by himself, no crew. He don't need to be with them niggas all the time because all of them are individual beasts, literally. You know what I'm saying? Like
I feel that because like Big Mom is very
okay,
but family based like Yonko, like it's crazy.
Yeah.
Let me say something real quick. The way I look at it, like I feel like, you know what I'm saying, you can't just automatically say Luffy gonna beat them niggas. Like it's more shit to learn that he can learn in other fights. You know what I'm saying? Like he might fight somebody else that can't see into the future, but this nigga just like he can't hurt them, and he have to learn how to get better ornament or some stuff like that. Like you can't just say that Luffy just because he beat Katakuri can beat everybody else. That's
no,
No,
I'm not saying
I don't think
I think the mass majority will assume so because they're thinking that all commanders
Fuck them niggas.
are around
Fuck what
the
they
same
assume.
level.
Fuck them niggas and fuck what they assume. They don't know.
Oda's gonna do next. Like when we go to Wano, he's gonna show duality, right? He's gonna show like, okay, this is Kaido, right? He's got individuality. He's got monster zones. They do their own thing, and you're gonna compare it to Big Mama. As soon as we get there, you're gonna be like, oh, La La Land, Candy, Family, Paramecius, Zoan, individuality, and all that. You're gonna see that shit. You're gonna realize how different they are, but how alike they are at the same time. That's what I feel like is gonna happen. And when we get there, when Luffy gets to fight whoever he gets to fight, whether it be, the highest calamity or the third or whatever, you're gonna notice it. Like it's gonna be completely different. It's not gonna be as easy as, or not easy, but like it's not gonna be as just you get in for free kind of thing. Like it's gonna be a challenge, especially with the growing he's done this arc. So.
All right.
Go ahead, Milo. You was trying to say something for a minute.
Yeah, I don't know. But what I was thinking, right, about first I wanted to address this whole Luffy winning thing. Like in my perfect world, Luffy, it's kind of like what Wallow was describing, how Luffy almost gets knocked out. It's like when Rock Lee just got up and he was unconscious. And I think Oda has been showing us flashbacks at Katakuri, and I think when he turned his back on Slam Bay, I wouldn't be surprised if, like, this man stepped out the mirror and told his brothers and sisters, I don't care what y'all say, this man is leaving this island. And he just started flipping on them if they tried to hurt Luffy. Like, I could see it happening.
I can't see that.
No, I could.
That he'll immediately.
This is his perfect world, Charlie. Let him
he did say in his perfect little world. Remember that.
I mean, no, yeah, you already think about it. What I'm thinking is that besides those two little flashbacks that we just got, we've had since meeting Katakuri that he's down for his family. He's attacked this nigga, say, don't swing at my brothers and sisters, but now he's going to be like, you know what? I'm down with this nigga. Fuck my family.
No, but you've also seen that this man goes to the utmost limits to hide who he is. The utmost limits. I think when...
Not anymore.
Exactly.
For real.
I think he's at his breaking point. He steps out that mirror, jaws and fangs, and they laugh at him, and he's holding Luffy, get him, and he just looks, conqueror's hockey, and they step back. What are you doing, brother? We fought a man's fight.
Like, honestly, I don't.
He's also gonna fuck over Big Mom.
What's now?
Oh no, Big Mom won't be there.
But Big Mom will find out that Katakuri let Luffy leave.
Yeah.
Let any of y'all on that Big Mom.
Let me give a shout out to Dustin Reacts if he watching this, if he check it out later, because he might watch this whole thing. You still gonna be wrong, Dustin. I hope your ass listening. You still gonna be wrong. I can't wait for the video. You're gonna drop all them L's around your head, bro.
Yeah,
because you're gonna be
I
wrong
told
as
him
shit.
since the beginning. Since the beginning, I'm gonna be handing you fucking L's, which she doesn't get solo. Because I don't care if you think Big Mama's going down, even if you think that. there's a possibility, whatever. But if you think she is getting soloed, that is when I have a problem with what you're saying. That's how it is.
Not gonna
That's my piece.
Dustin's my guy, bro, but I don't give a fuck how many times we talk about this. She's not getting fucking soloed.
Yeah.
She's not.
I told him that's exactly what I said.
She can get soloed by that cake.
I mean, I don't even see, I can't even like wrap my head around how he could possibly like German's gonna heal him. Fuck
she can get soloed by a cake. Watch.
Right,
she can get soloed by a cake.
With niggas in BDA, they said, "Well, she tired and exhausted." That same fucking tired, exhausted was still fade Luffy. I don't even care if she fucking tainted. She is still fade Luffy.
I want to see that
regardless
nigga.
of what she is right now.
She gonna cognac the fuck out that nigga.
Yeah. And you think Cracker can almost cut that nigga in gear for it? Bruh, she about to dice that nigga up like freaking, like, she gonna dice him. And he said, well, Jinbei did it. That's Jinbei, nigga. His armament is better than Luffy's, I'll say. Just because of what I'm calling it.
Shark skin.
No, I will say shark skin is pretty damn. I bet you shark skin is more durable. I bet you.
His technique, his fishman technique versus
shark skin versus Luffy's armament.
versus hockey.
I think
I'm
he got
iffy on that one.
No, think about it. Think about what he just took, and he only got a few scratches from that.
Abandoned ship.
Abandoned
No,
ship.
Listen, I don't even know how that's a question, bro. This nigga, even though Big Mom didn't have hockey on her sword, bro, for him to stop a Yonko's powerful attack like that, you feel me? That's crazy,
You think,
bro. You feel me?
you think Luffy gonna block that and
Look, he got cut by Cracker, bro. Like,
okay, hey, you know what?
You're
You're right.
right.
Hey, you stopped all doubt in my mind by saying that he got cut by a cracker. You right.
Didn't he also exchange fists with Big Mom?
And he got played. That what happened when he tried it too.
Like no,
Cracker without hockey almost cut off that nigga arm off.
Rest in peace, Luffy's arm.
Made him man, Big Mom. Like I said, Jinbei's hockey armament wise is stronger. I'm gonna say.
Hey, I'm gonna give it to her on that one.
Yo, and you know what was so funny about the whole Katakuri thing? People like, well, all he got is observation. Nah, tighten up, bro. The man armament beastly too, bro.
Yeah, bro, he got it all.
It's top tier armament.
Every time he was hitting that boy arms, bro, folding them.
Son, in Gear 4, son, that Luffy was still feeling that recoil.
Like honestly, back to the fight. I want to talk about that Spike Mochi.
The people's elbow.
That was a devastating attack.
People's elbow, yo.
Through the floor.
I said that it might turn into a boxing match. Actually, like it looked.
Bro,
like
they having fisticuffs right now, and I dig it.
Yeah, I really like this fight. Like Luffy, I
like it a lot.
When I say this, I mean it. Like Luffy is going in right now. This man is going. He's coming in. Like y'all can't sleep on him right here. Like,
yep, that's that nigga. That's what I keep saying.
I don't know what you're talking about. Luffy's already in. He ain't going in. He's already in. He's in.
That nigga went in.
He's all the way in.
Nah, he's going more. He's going more, Milo. See, that's a doubt. Think this is it.
Hold on, you think there's another level of going in?
He's gonna keep doing more shit. Yes. You think those two attacks he did is the only attacks he has for Snake Man?
He's about to use this like a dog trail.
I'm gonna get this ugly nigga Grim in here. Hold up.
He is ugly.
Oh no.
Let me ask this, because I know some people said, if Luffy was using Snake Man and it hit Cracker's biscuit, is it breaking or no?
It would chip away at it.
Nope, he ain't breaking it.
Thank you.
It would be chipping. It would chip. It would chip away at it, bro.
Right, but it ain't gonna Kong gun it like Gear 4 Bound.
Nah, it's not gonna. It's not gonna shatter them shits, bro. Them shits was shattering. Remember, yo, Kisa, you was in there when I posted the panels, the 3 panels of him getting hit with the Snake Man when he flipped and landed on his feet, and then flipped back and rolled.
Right.
Yeah.
And then remember, I posted a picture of him getting. Remember when I put
that nigga flying? Yeah.
Yo, the nigga look like a spaceship, bro.
What's that? UFO?
UFO ass.
Nigga had that boy. That boy went flying, bro. I was like, golly.
I don't fuck with aliens.
You know, despite how Cracker fight ended, I was just a little bit. I still could be satisfied with how it ended because Cracker didn't assume that was gonna happen. That's why he got defeated like that. Where with this fight of Tyler Curry, I'm gonna be like,
and plus,
man, yeah, go ahead.
And plus, he changed his fighting style. He's a defensive fighter. As soon as he went on the straight up offensive, like fuck defense at all, folded.
Yeah, he lost. But you can understand why he lost. But this Tyler Curry shit, you're gonna be like, man, Tyler Curry should have won all this time. It really did. Like
honestly, like I feel like if Luffy does lose, like every time we talk about like matchups and where Luffy scales against the world, like we constantly say that there's no way he should be beating niggas like this. And if Oda now, even though it's kind of a little too late, but if Oda now is starting to write Luffy in a position where he's saying that despite Luffy having the tools, this nigga does not have the experience no matter what he does to get these motherfuckers, I think that's kind of a good thing.
Yeah, I agree. And the reason why I agree is because, like, dog, he needs, like, bro, you got people like Kid and them boys. Them boys been out here 2 years fighting, bro. You feel me? They've been in here. They've been putting in that work. You see the consequences that Kid had to pay coming in without no training. The man lost an arm.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
That was the point I was gonna make. Like
what's good, y'all?
like I was gonna say, like he has the problem, but like on the inverse, like he got the experience, but he ain't have the tools, so he's working his shit up. Where Luffy, like his shit may be at a decent level, but he ain't got the experience to really tango with these niggas.
Yeah, and experience matters. I don't care how fucking rare of a sight he is. Oda needs to be writing it in a place where he still needs to know his place. You can't be trying to step in on a nigga for years and act like you about to beat him.
How nasty do y'all think Luffy and the Straw Hats will be if they're in the new world for like 6 months? You know what I'm saying? Like, do you think they'll be at the point where they start, like how long do you think it'll take for the Straw Hats to get comfortable in the new world?
About 6 months.
About 6 months. 6 months is a good gauge.
Bro, but like I said, bro, just listen, because my thing is, bro, just because he gains like this observation hockey and he could see shit coming and all that bullshit, bro, like, does he have enough DC to take out something like Jet Hybrid or something? We don't know.
That's a good question.
I don't know. That's a great question.
Other than King Kong gun, we don't really know anything of that kind of velocity. Not velocity, capability. My bad.
Yeah.
I fucked that word off.
But that King Kong gun was tested on somebody that wasn't even durable like that to take it. Dofi was already hurt. He was already at that point where he's kind of like, if Luffy used a King Kong gun against Jack, bet you that shit ain't gonna bring him down to keep him down. I bet you that nigga gonna still get up. Look at what happened with Zunisha. You saw white eyes, but the nigga was still ask people to pull him up after a Zunisha hit. God damn!
You're like, come on, motherfucker, you better come get me from the bottom of this lake.
We have to remember too that Luffy has another epic bound to go. He hasn't awakened, and he's maybe managing to beat 2 awakened devil fruit users.
I mean,
I'm actually because he didn't awaken in this fight makes me more excited to see him awaken.
Actually, like I asked this question in Discord, in Brago Discord the other day, like the fact that he has multiple forms, right? Like, does he really need awakening, really? Like, or is it more like he just needs to get nice to his forms? It's not even so much that
he needs it; it's just the fact that he's going to get it. The fact that he's going to get it is hype because he has all these different forms. But if you add on a different intangible, that's pretty cool.
I feel like
shit, when he learned to flip his body on the fly, like where because he's gonna get to the point where he's using gear force and he's gonna be making his body go in and out of like these forms, like where it's almost like he's just one. Say he like Snake Man, right? And then he can essentially just make his hand bigger and just turn it into a bound man punch.
Yeah, like mix it up in gears.
That's That's my whole point. Like, does he need
Yeah.
do you think he need awakening to do that? Like,
Yes.
that's my question. Like,
Yeah.
No, I think he needs awakening. Like,
It's complete mastery at that point. When you can switch out of gear 3 and 4 and Snake Man and Bow Man and second
I'm talking
just on
about,
the
yeah, like,
fly,
yeah,
that's
like
a
all smooth with
mastery.
it. Yeah, we're all smooth with it. Like, that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. That's what I feel like. That's all he need. Like I feel like awakening. Like if it's awakenings like Katakuris and like Doflamingos, like he don't really like that to me is just extra. Like he
Don't
don't
you
really
see it?
need
Yeah,
that.
it looks it's almost predictable, honestly. Well, you think he already
Yeah.
has so many great tools. He got the Conquerors, right? He has something that's already rare. You want to give him an Awakening Delph too? You pretty
hold
much
on
gonna
though.
see that coming.
I mean,
Wait,
why not?
but
He's a
wait.
pirate
Right,
king.
why not? He's
He's
the
a
main
pirate
character.
king. You've met
But
many different advantages as you
hey, we don't
possibly
know
can
what
get.
Roger had though. He could have. He
We
maybe.
don't.
We don't know what
And
Roger
like
had.
Luffy, by all standards, if Luffy develops in the ways that y'all are saying, if Blackbeard is is one of the last niggas that he faces, like if the nigga like just has two fruits and all that, and Luffy has all of these things, then if he wins, like I ain't gonna call it no goddamn ass pull. Come on now, like this is crazy. Like Luffy's becoming a monster in front of our eyes. Like this nigga's gonna have so many avenues of fucking niggas up that it's like I can't even begin to think about this shit. Like
I'm definitely gonna have a lot of avenues to fuck niggas up. That is easily said.
Yeah, but that's why I'm like, bro, you feel me? Nigga, Katakuri bounty of 1,057,000,000, that shit well deserved.
Exactly.
Like,
We need to cut that shit out right now. Everybody talking about this man don't deserve it, bounty, and he ain't been fighting nobody and shit. I don't like with this shit. I feel like whoever he would try and fight them, man, he should be undefeated. As long as ain't no top tier nigga. As long as he ain't fighting Kaido or no Yonko, I don't have no problem with that.
yeah,
So,
and it's like, bro, this
so
man Luffy
you'd be
was
heated if he
just
told
dodging
him to
off
get out
the
himself
fly.
next part.
What you say?
What? What'd you say?
I said if Kaido himself gets taken down by Luffy, would you be heated?
Yes,
Oh
but
yeah,
it
hell
depends
yeah.
on. Yeah, I'd be pretty
it
pissed. But
depends
if
on
they
how it happens.
describe it well, like he got Moria's help and he get them 1,000 shadows and shit, when he
Okay,
on that
I'm
palm,
talking about
It,
Zero though.
if he gets help from the other supernovas, I have no problem with him being
right?
I'm
Kaido.
talking
Like
about
getting the finishing
absolutely
Nah,
blow.
no assistance.
but he's saying,
No
listen, he's saying
assistance
Luffy
solo.
by himself.
I'm talking
Hell
Yeah,
about
Well,
I got
no
a problem with that.
assistance.
man, I'm
I have a
throwing away
problem with that.
One
Yeah,
Piece, boy.
I have a problem with that. Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I feel like
I'm
I don't
going
have
to
President.
look.
I got a problem.
Unless
I don't have a problem. My fault to cut you off. I don't have a problem with it. It just depends how it happened. Like
the only way
if
I
Luffy
wouldn't have a
like
problem with. Oh, you can go ahead. Go ahead, finish it. So
yeah no like you know how like what Oda said like there's gonna be some legend that's gonna be coming and all that.
Yeah.
Remember how he said that? Like if Luffy's constantly having to fade this nigga and getting better off of this nigga, and off of that he take down like you know what I'm saying? Like it depends on how he
exactly,
develop.
that's
If
what
he
I was
come
gonna
up
say.
like if he come up against niggas in between, yeah, I'm with it. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah,
if he
like the
don't,
way.
he just go from
Yo, hold up. Oh,
just
hey,
That's what
what's
this
I
to
was
up,
then
gonna.
fucking
Cypher?
up
Thanks
Kaido,
for
no
joining
mind.
the chat here, Cypher. What's up?
Yo, what's
That's
up?
the main thing I was gonna say. So I feel like if he get the same power up this nigga got on Whole Cake Island, and he already like right at first commander level going into Wano, and he get power up like fight like 3 niggas like he did in this arc and get that power boost, I feel like it shouldn't be that big of a deal, as long as
Yeah,
it like makes sense.
let me ask
they gotta
this
be
then. Let me ask this
yeah.
real quick. So, how you were saying that like it was fights in between he went to Kaido. So let's just make an imaginary simulation, right? Of a
Here it
fight.
go. Here go the
Here we
book.
go. It's a simulation, right? You get
Here you
Kraken,
go to
right? You get
cancer.
Smoothie. Hold on. You get Kraken, you get Smoothie, you get Katakuri. You put Kaido down in front of all those 3. Do they beat him, or does Kaido beat those 3?
He watches
And by
them
what
niggas.
diff? By what diff? By what diff?
Wait, you said the
Ridiculous.
3 commanders.
I think
So
it'll be a
Three
mid
most
diff.
commanders versus Kaido. Serious? All of Kaido. I mean, I don't know what
so
Kaido can do.
Crack and Smoothie Katakuri?
Yeah.
I think it'll
Versus
be a mid
Kaido.
diff.
Mid
Mid
Based
diff.
on
diff
mid diff.
Mid
for
diff,
Mid
yeah.
who?
diff.
Who's gonna win?
Kaido
Who's
mid
gonna
dip
win?
is it?
Cause of Katakuri is a
Kaido
mid
mid
diff
diff.
fight.
Kaido
Kaido
mid
mid
diff.
Cause of
Yeah.
Katakuri.
Yeah.
That's a wash.
All
It's
right.
a mid
That's a
diff for me.
wash.
Smoothie not
You
gonna
know,
suck his
Like
soul out.
listen,
Okay, that's a
like
good
like
way
you
to
know what?
Great. I'm glad y'all
You want me
said.
to?
Yeah, go ahead, Wallow.
You want the reason why that shit is a wash, bro? You feel me? If Whitebeard was doing what he was doing with heart attacks, bro, and we finna just see this nigga out here, bro. Nothing wrong with probably the only thing going like the only issue I'm gonna see with Kaido, bro. I was telling people the other day, bro. You feel me?
you're
From what we
drunk.
see,
He
there's
a
always a
drunk.
problem.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he a
he's a
drunk.
drunk.
He a drunk.
He's gonna be a
He's a
You're
schizo
drunk.
drunk.
Nah, he gonna be hella emotional. I
I
can already
said
tell.
Kaido
I can
is
already tell.
focused on bloodshed too. That's
Well,
why we're
let me ask y'all. Let me ask y'all this
bringing
thing.
up now.
Let me ask y'all this thing. How many people on Big Mom's crew do you think it has to take to beat Big Mom?
The whole damn crew.
All of them, yeah.
Bro, the whole damn crew.
All of them. Like, look how much they shit themselves when she
Okay,
don't have
but
food.
let's put it this
You
way.
know what
Like
I'm
we
saying? Like,
know the best way to put it is okay. At this point in the where we are with Snake Man and everything, I think we could all safely say that Luffy's finally on the level of Katakuri, right?
Yeah, I
I
feel
don't
that.
say he's on the level. He's on a
I
Yonko
feel that.
commander level. I'll give him that, but he's
I
not on the level of
got it.
Katakuri.
Level,
And when
No.
he exchanged blows with Big Mom, that Gear 4 punch tickled Big Mom. That shit was nothing. Like,
Right.
I think, but in my
if we're
opinion, too.
including
Hold on.
Katakuri, the strongest, which is on the same level as Luffy, you're gonna need the whole entire damn crew if you're gonna even dent Big Mom.
The whole thing I want to say though, because I think some people kind of do it differently. Because some people think that Ben Beckman can beat Shanks. So how's like what is that?
What?
Is he a
No,
stronger first commander?
here's
It's
the
people that
Wait,
think that. It's people that think that.
Here's the thing
It's
though.
people
Here's
that
the thing
think
though.
that.
Because Shanks' crew, like
Yo, let Virgo talk,
it's like
bro.
a quantity. Oh my.
I said,
Oh,
who
go ahead.
said that?
It's
First of all,
man, in the
you're
Discord,
talking to the
bro.
wrong
Be
people.
in the Discord.
Look, I will say this. I will say this about Shanks' crew. Like, I feel like Shanks' crew, and like compared to all of the other crews that we've seen, are gonna be vastly different. Like, they're kind of gonna be like Blackbeards. Like, it's gonna be a quality over quantity thing. Like Big Mom and Kaido, and somewhat a Whitebeard. Like, them niggas have massive crews. So you know what I'm saying. So like they got various niggas of various ranges, while Shanks has like just a small group of his niggas, but all of them niggas is mobbing. You know
Okay,
what
well
I'm saying? Like them
but
let
at
me
the
niggas.
ask you.
same
Hold on.
time,
Let me ask y'all this question. Then I'm gonna ask y'all like, based on what we've seen, I really can't count Kaido's crew because we haven't seen enough of Kaido. But based off what you've seen, who has the best Yonko crew presently?
Big Mom thus
Well,
far,
I mean,
because her.
based on
I'd say Whitebeard. I'd say
Yeah,
Whitebeard.
No,
All
no,
right.
no,
I
Whitebeard
say
has
Big
some of
Mom.
the best.
wait.
No,
What are we
the
talking?
best.
say that even now.
Question. Are we talking about our perspective on our personal what we think is the
Is this
coolest?
personal or do you?
The
No,
best,
who
like
you think is the best crew? Who you think is the best
Strongest?
crew?
But like what? Strength and like
not.
looks and like what are we
You
talking
can
about
put
here?
it all in one pot.
Strength.
overall, bro.
Before we begin, what's up, Grim?
Oh hell.
What up, Grim?
Yeah.
Oh hell. Oh hell.
Yeah.
For the
Man,
person
nobody
that
give a damn
Yeah,
about that
hold
nigga.
on. Let me ask y'all a question though. For the person that said Whitebeard's crew, why do y'all think just because Marco got beat up by some admirals, you think that makes him stronger because he got beat up by some admirals?
No.
What makes him stronger than Katakuri?
Look. I think the white big commanders did not get a fair showing at Marineford. But
Why
just
is that?
looking at just like I think Marineford is just like in terms of just like a war arc, quote unquote, it's just sloppy. You know what
I
I'm
agree.
saying?
I
Like
agree with you. I agree with you, so but like that's what we got to go on. But
yeah, no,
that's
of
the
course.
only
But
thing we have to
listen,
go on.
That's the only thing
let
I
me
don't know
just
where
finish
you're
my
stemming
point.
from.
Let me finish my point. But like despite of that, like if we take what we know about these niggas and have their powers work, despite the very limited showing that we got, like the Whitebeard pirates by all means, like the commanders, are fucking broken. Like, you
Yeah,
know what I'm
I
saying?
give it to
They're,
them, bro. That's
they're
my
fucking
favorite
broken.
Yonko crew so far being displayed until I see Kaido's to really tell you.
I know.
Or
I
and
mean,
then I
I
gotta
know.
see
I mean,
Shanks
my
too.
favorite
I
is
gotta see
I
Chasers.
just
Shanks
I
I
know they
too.
just
haven't been fleshed out, but I
I just
mean,
I
these
just
niggas rolled up. Go ahead.
I just disagree because like the main thing I'm saying like I feel like okay, say for instance this was Marco. Nothing in that fight like, him getting beat up by admirals doesn't tell me that he could put down Luffy either. Like if Luffy was
But
playing Marco, I don't think Marco could put down Luffy either. If Katakuri
no,
doing
but
all this shit, he first commander level, he can't put that nigga down. What tells
But
you that
how
Marco
he
can beat
hurt
Luffy?
Marco?
right, but
That's
listen,
the
but
problem.
Marco, like the whole problem with Marco and Marineford, like the only thing to me is like we don't know how hard the nigga can hit. But in terms of like the niggas can't touch him. You cannot touch Marco. Like they
God,
literally they had to they had to nerf him to do damage to him. Period. And that's
God,
admirals. Admirals had to nerf him to do damage to him.
no.
And
God did damage.
God ain't do no goddamn
Hey,
damage.
Gar
God
pieced
ain't do
that
no
nigga,
goddamn
bro.
damage.
He
Ain't do
pieced him,
no
but look
goddamn
at
damage.
who
Yes,
hit
he
him
did.
though. He was guard.
No, that
and
he
he
was
was
guard.
on his face
You know what I'm
after.
saying? Like I
That's
remember
kind
the
of
scene
crazy.
where
So hey,
I remember the scene where Kizaru is doing nothing but just raining lasers on this nigga. This nigga's flying like a bird. He all free and shit, man. This shit is crazy, dog.
And
like
then
the main like I feel like in my opinion like the whole like I know Wallow don't disagree with it, but in my well I know Wallow don't like it, but I feel like the main reason why Whitebeard Jr. is a character is to show like Marco beasting out on somebody, so we look at Marco differently. Because before that, you know what I'm saying, if you take just the shit that happened at Marineford, like he doesn't look as dominant. You know what I'm saying? We have to show this. If he's the first commander level, we need to see him being dominant. You know what I'm saying?
not
That'd be a good. That'd be a good. That'd be a good showing. Yeah, him.
change that.
If he destroys Weaver, that'd be a great showing.
I don't disagree with
My
you.
whole
Yeah.
look like the we was like dog. Kizaru is not a man who jokes around. Well, he jokes around, but not when he's talking about like hype behind niggas' name. This nigga said this nigga is reminiscent to a young white beard, bro. So that nigga power is all like that's why Luffy has to fight that type. He's looking for Luffy. First of all, he's
Quick
already
reminder:
looking for him.
this is about chapter 895.
Yeah, it's about chapter 895. Thank you, Zypher. I was going to bring it back too. All right. My bad. I got to switch it back. It's 895. I actually really like this chapter, by the way. But back to that, I'm loving this panel on page 14 where Katakuri is simply
Looking like a
punching
demon.
that culverin with his foot.
Yep.
And it looks really effortless the way he does it too. And you see like Luffy's angling it and angling it and angling it. Damn, they're making an isosceles triangle the way he.
Bro, my favorite panel is when Luffy's like literally flying through the sky and he pulls his arms back and this man goes Black Mamba.
Black Mamba.
Yeah, that shit look. Yeah, Black Mamba look cool.
That shit in the anime is gonna look so clean. Oh
and that is
anime comes up to this chapter.
Black Mamba, bro.
Right. And you see Katakuri's blocking with his black mochi.
This, you know what this reminds me of? That Black Mamba is exactly like when we first saw Jet Gatling versus Rob Lucci, but this is like this man's in mid-air. He doesn't have to hold a stance. He's in mid-air
and just
flying. He's at flying speed, and this is coming way faster than Jet Gatling.
Yeah, but like, it's great. But look at Katakuri though. He's eating all of it. Like it's not affecting him.
This man's dodging it like a legend too.
I don't want anyone sleeping on Katakuri even if he loses.
Bro.
Because man has showcased so much. I don't want to hear because you know after Luffy wins a fight,
I'm waiting on the Katakuri figure.
I don't want to hear any of that.
You know how Doflamingo was the standard for a while. Now Katakuri is officially the standard. From this point forward,
since the fight began.
Yeah, like he is now. Every time you speak about who's on what level or who's stronger and then what is Katakuri, he just took over Doflamingo's spot right now.
Not in the Discord. Them niggas don't see none of that shit, but it really pisses me off so bad.
All I know is
they talk about this nigga Doflamingo like if Doflamingo didn't get hit with a gamma knife, he can beat everybody. Apparently, how these niggas talking to Discord?
Bro, how do you go so off topic every single time?
I mean, we don't really.
I get what Wallo's saying is completely correct. They think that Doflamingo is Jesus.
I mean,
I didn't say that. He didn't say that. I said that.
That was cool.
And how we? Oh my bad. My bad. Cool. But how they say that, and then Katakuri is the new standard, but they won't even care to listen to that.
I don't know. I don't see how not. Like the dude showed it. He's the new standard.
You said, I know you ain't been over there in a while, but the wild things keep on piling up.
But you know what would be good though. What I would love to see, say Katakuri do lose on the off chance, right? Like after the arc and shit, when they show niggas looking at the bounty poster or reading the newspaper and shit, I would want to see the reactions around the world of other people who know about Katakuri, and if they say, "Damn, what he beat that?" Like you know what I'm saying? Like niggas like, hold up.
Yeah, exactly. Like if he's known just on Whole Cake Island to be undefeated, I'm pretty sure the Marines know he's undefeated too. Oh, yeah, if everybody on Whole Cake Island, like it's common knowledge that this nigga's never lost a fight. Yeah, I feel like the Marines should know that too.
I agree 100%. I feel like everybody should know, like at least Big Mom on her, her 4 sweet commanders. I feel like they're very, very known. Like
Now you could
at
tell
least
like
towards the
he
Marines, not to the
Morgan's
entire
been
whole
watching it like an
show.
episode
At
of
least
Ricky
towards the
Bobby.
Marines, just at least
like
towards the Marines.
you could tell that is like throughout this arc, Oda's building Luffy's clout too. So like that would add to that clout that's already crazy right now. Because like
Just imagine.
we know they're gonna we know they finna escape, and like even if he doesn't beat Katakuri, just the news of what he done did, you know what I'm saying?
It's
That's enough to have
crazy.
niggas be like,
Like,
what?
like if you hear that shit without context, you hear that Straw Hat Luffy broke into a Yonko's island with half of his crew, took got some back and ran out. Like that shit sounds amazing. Like it's crazy. If you would have told me that 2 years ago that this man could do this, I wouldn't have believed it.
Yeah,
I would not have believed it.
out of here. I would have said
mean,
no way.
yeah.
I mean,
No way.
if everything that Luffy has actually been documented, this man's bounty would have been over $1 billion a few arcs ago.
Yeah, so much shit went off the record. Like the Alabasta, the whole everything that happened to Alabasta itself was blamed on Smoker. Like, oh,
Was
Smoker saved the
Impel
day.
down even on record?
Nope, Impel down.
Yeah,
no one knows
yeah,
that
it is.
Luffy,
Yeah, it is.
Luffy's
Yeah, it is. Because
It's
it's Marine for
went on record.
No.
Yeah, because it's the
it
400. After the time, he got 400,000 because it's the Impel down shit and him being that Marine
No,
for
I
because he
know,
was
but they
at
released the
300,000.
bounty, but when the I'm looking at the terms of
Impel
world
down.
knowing.
Impel down.
I'm talking about the terms of world knowing. No one knows that Impel down got broken into. Only
No,
like
they know
story.
because Blackbeard was out there like rocking the shit.
The world knows, man. Word gets out in the pirate world.
But do
They
know
know.
because of Luffy?
They know. Because you remember in the first chapter when they were talking to the fake Luffy, he was like, "I'm the one that broke out of Impel down and all that shit." He know that everybody knows.
You're right. You're right.
Word gets out, man. Niggas go
Yeah, they know.
that.
They know.
What's good, everybody?
The one thing I'm gonna just be
shit.
And he's back.
It's Dustin.
The one thing I'm gonna be disappointed in, I just feel like afterward when we go to another island and Luffy has a good fight against somebody, people gonna be like, "Oh, he'll beat up Katakuri because he's giving Luffy a good fight." And I just feel like if Luffy does beat Katakuri,
Did you hear that this is better than Rob Lucci fight?
Man, Rob Lucci's still the best fight, bro.
I'm gonna talk about that later, niggas.
I gotta agree with that. I don't care. Like I'm enjoying seeing his ass whooping right now.
Yeah, I'm sure you have.
Exactly. I enjoy this fight. Like I enjoy this fight. I enjoy seeing another dude. You know what I'm saying? Be it's a more entertaining fight to me. That's just me personally. But I can't speak for everybody.
Rob Lucci was the GOAT.
Rob Lucci.
Yeah.
More entertaining than Rob Lucci. I can't agree with you on that.
I would
like the Rob Lucci fight.
That's your opinion. That's completely fine.
I would personally disagree because the meaning behind Rob Lucci, all the build up, Luffy waging war on the entire world,
the world government,
he coming to save Robin, like everything, the meaning behind everything was so much more.
He came at the same Sanji. If he don't beat this nigga, they can't leave.
But
they
it was
can't
so
leave.
much.
They can't save Sanji at the same time.
The situation was so much more dire.
The stakes are way higher in this one. The stakes are way higher in this one. And then
Exactly,
I'm not gonna act like I ain't gonna act like Enies Lobby ain't the arc that made me realize, oh shit, this nigga Luffy really got hands. You feel me? So like this arc right now, like I can't, like I don't, like I know like the nigga trying, but he ain't doing nothing, and I'm loving that.
The best way to put it. The best way to put it.
I feel like
there's a difference in the arcs because Sanji, yes, he's going to go save him like he's going to save Robin. Sanji, I mean, you know what? I was gonna say he's not gonna get executed, but I guess that was the ultimate goal of the Big Mom Powers to execute the Vim Smoke. So never mind.
Yo, but quick, Justin, before you go quickly, I just want to point out, I think the fight, the choreography, everything that's going on in the fight is better, but the meaning behind the fight, I think, is better in Water 7.
Go ahead, Dustin.
In my opinion, I feel like, this is just my opinion. I feel like people, when we was going into this Luffy Katakuri fight, niggas was already trying to say, will this fight be the fight that's better than Lucci? So I feel like niggas are looking for any opportunity to say that this fight is better than Lucci, and niggas are forgetting how great that Lucci fight was and why it's the best fight in One Piece.
Can I say something back to that though? The main reason why, in my opinion, like, you know what I'm saying, to honor the power scaling that was already over the fight, Luffy has to get beat up like this and get better through the fight. If you're honoring the power scaling, if he was getting beat up like by a third commander and he go into a fight against a first commander, of course he's gonna get an ass beat. We ain't gonna have an even fight. They ain't on the same level.
Nigga, is that crickets?
Yeah, this is someone's in a rainforest.
My nigga is
Man,
a
to the
The
rainforest.
Amazon rainforest.
Nigga than me,
Yeah,
bro.
no,
I got a
but look,
pool
I
in the
like
back. I
This
got a
man's
pool in my
exploring the
backyard, nigga.
jungle. This man's
Nigga, I got a pool in my backyard,
Bro,
dude. Like,
it sound like you are
yeah, that's me.
This
That's
man
lit.
is in Skypea right now. He's
No,
watching.
he sound
Yeah,
like
no, look, but look,
he's
I feel
Go
what you
ahead.
just said, Dustin. Like niggas was saying was saying like the whole is this better than Lucci like during Doflamingo. Like so I feel you on that
Exactly.
sentiment. But like for me personally, like it just like I don't know. It's hit like such a degree of just ass whooping and just a pure beat down and this nigga struggling from like just start to finish that
It's
I can't
completely
like
different.
Yeah, what's
I've never seen nothing like it. That's why to me like this fight if it's not better it's definitely fucking up there. Like we could
All right, all
compare the
right.
two.
I don't know. I
I'll
don't
put
see
it
it.
this
It's
way.
out there,
I'll put it this
but
way.
it's not
Best
better.
fight post time skip.
I
All
can't
right, but
say that
if the tables was turned, if this exact fight, everything that happened the same way, but it was opposite. Niggas would not be calling this
We
the best fight.
What do you mean the opposite?
If
he's
Luffy was
saying
in
if
the
Luffy was
position
beating up
Katakuri was in,
What?
if Luffy was in the position Katakuri was in, and Katakuri was in the position Luffy was in throughout this whole fight, niggas would not be saying that this was the best fight, in my opinion.
Wait,
Oh,
Luffy's just out just beating him up
Luffy was
like crazy.
bodying
If Luffy
Katakuri.
was beating Katakuri's ass the way Katakuri was beating his ass the whole fight, and Katakuri couldn't do anything to stop it, the whole fight. And then just now Katakuri was able to start doing something.
Bro,
Niggas wouldn't be saying
no one
this.
wants to see a low diff fight.
Huh?
No one wants to see a low diff fight for sure.
That's what I'm saying. But this whole fight has been low diff until this chapter.
It hasn't been low diff to me because the nigga hasn't been defeated. If it was low diff, he would have beat that nigga in 5 seconds. In my opinion, it isn't a low diff fight to me because the nigga can't beat him. A low diff fight means I beat you with low difficulty.
A low diff fight was like what the fuck?
And he can't beat him.
Bellamy and Luffy.
That's a low diff fight to me. Yeah.
But remember, Oda's not gonna make Katakuri just finish him just because it's gonna look bad. But it technically looked like a low diff fight if you ask me. This Katakuri is not written to finish
Like the
him.
nigga just good at taking the ass whooping.
It's not a low diff fight. It's not finished.
I think the words y'all are looking for are more one-sided, not really low diff.
Like I feel like let me explain how I feel about it. The way I see it, like I like comebacks. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, do you not like the Super Bowl? Like I'm gonna give you an example. The Super Bowl with the Falcons and the Patriots. The Falcons were beating the shit out the Patriots at the beginning of their Super Bowl, and they came back and won that fight. That's why it's regarded as a good Super Bowl. Like, you can be beating somebody at the beginning of the fight, and a nigga come back and beat you, and that be a good fight. Like, you don't have to just be even the whole fight for it to be a good fight.
It wasn't like the Patriots was down 30 points and then they threw one touchdown. Oh, wait. It wasn't like the Falcons were like the Falcons were just blowing them out, and then the Patriots threw one touchdown pass, and now the score is tied.
The way I'm saying, I'm not saying that's like that either. I'm saying that, like, you know what I'm saying?
But I'm saying that's what the Katakuri fight is. Luffy was beating his ass. Katakuri was beating his ass the whole fight, and then he uses Snake Man, and now they're somewhat even.
That don't mean he's beating him though. Like, him getting back even don't make it don't make him better.
But this, from what we know right now, that this final attack is supposed to be the ending of the fight.
I don't think so. Do you think so?
I say from what we're seeing right now.
From what we're seeing, it looks like it's gonna
Yeah,
be
no, that was the question I was gonna ask y'all next. Do y'all think the fight is over? Like
I don't, cause like if he, I don't think like the fight can be if you get a brand new form and that nigga do 3 attacks and then the fight's over. That's just me being logical.
Yeah, that's not a Luffy fight.
That's underdeveloped. That's underdeveloped as fuck. If we get Snake Man and this is the end of the fight and the nigga only did 3 attacks, that's a trash ass form. Like, it won't even be memorable.
No, it's not a trash ass form. It's a trash ass fight.
Wait. Dustin. Remember when Yonko said about the cover volume covers? Yeah, I'm hearing.
That might. I'm finna
make I was gonna say,
bro. My nigga chilling. Fucking crocodile.
Hey, thanks for having me too, Virgo. Appreciate it, bro.
Oh, no problem, nigga. Thanks for being here. Fuck you.
Dustin, remember when Yonko told us like we every time the arc concludes or resolves, we get a villain volume cover and then a Straw Hats volume cover.
Mm-hmm.
The volume 87 was the villain cover, and then this volume it dropped today. The cover photo is the Straw Hats.
I seen it in the Discord.
Same with just. Yeah,
but it's been a lot of Straw Hat. There's been a lot of Straw Hat volume covers in this arc. Like, this wasn't the only one.
That's the case with all arcs. But like the volume cover of the Straw Hats that is straight up after the villain one is always like whenever the arc resolves.
What the fuck you
So
talking about?
Y'all got this theory like in Alabasta, it was a villain cover art. It was a villain cover volume, and then right after it was a Straw Hat cover volume, and then the next volume the Alabasta arc ended, and then the same thing with Dress Rosa. It was a Flamingo family volume cover, then the Straw Hat volume cover, then the next volume it ended. So he's saying it's gonna be the same thing here.
There's a pattern.
The main reason why the main reason why I disagree with that though, because I feel like he has to have a cover with like Luffy and Doflamingo on the cover, because like that volume ends. That's a Sulong volume. That volume ends like what the Sulong transformation is. That's what that whole volume cover really is about.
No,
is the
no, no, no.
Sulong
I'm not.
transformation. And when they
I hope
fight.
you're right, Cool Ash, though, because I don't feel like it should end next volume.
Yeah. I feel like next volume gonna be like Luffy and Katakuri on the cover of that
Did we
volume.
get a
Probably like
Vince
Big
volume
Mom.
cover?
What'd you say?
Did we have a Vince Smoke volume cover? I don't remember. With
Sanji. The Luffy versus
Here's the
Sanji
thing.
cover has all the Vince Smoke.
I'm not
Wait
saying
till them
the
hitters
arc
show
will
up.
resolve. I'm not saying the arc will resolve in next volume, because the next volume will still be, I think, in still on chapter 884. The volumes are always like 15 chapters slower than what we're getting now with the scans. So I'm saying like by the time the volume is out, the arc would have been resolved from what we read in
So you're saying like, okay,
You feel me?
but I don't think that was what Yonko was saying.
Yeah, that's what Yonko was saying.
If that's what you're saying, I agree with that. Like by the time the volume comes out, the arc will be over. But I thought he was saying like the volume that contained the next batch of chapters, like the next volume.
Yeah. Because he knew that the next that volume 88 will end in chapter 884. So I think he was referring to like where we at now is gonna be the end.
That's what I was saying. The next volume that come out should have some Luffy and Katakuri on the front of it, because that's the main thing that happened in that volume. We got like 3 back-to-back chapters of Luffy versus Katakuri. Like for that chapter, I don't even know the name of that volume, but that name, because he always names the volumes after like one chapter that's in that volume.
Yeah.
So the name of that volume to me should be whatever that Sulong, that moon line, you know what I'm saying, chapter. That should be the name of that volume, because Carrot at the top with the Sulong.
Yeah. Because like the coloring, they colored in the volume that dropped today, or the cover photo that dropped today. All the Straw Hats are colored, and then like you get basically all the allies like Chiffon and Capone and the 3-eyed girl whose name is for some reason. Pudding. Yeah. But they're not colored, and then all the Straw Hats are colored, including Jinbei and Carrot.
Yo, Straw Hat.
No offense, bro, but like, hold on, can we go back to the chapter? Like, I don't give a damn about no damn colors and volumes right now.
Wait. I'm gonna show you the volume so you can understand where I'm coming from.
No, he's not saying.
Fine, but check me out.
All right, look, I got a question.
Yes.
Is this the art in this chapter? Not the best chapter we ever seen, like in terms of art wise, because I ain't never seen no chapter.
Why would you making big claims like that? Like this is the best art we ever seen in One Piece.
That's too big a claim. That's too big a claim.
I think it's pretty good.
I feel like it's the best in the first few chapters, but the whole
One Piece, yeah.
Sometimes you don't know what the fuck is
before
going on,
you attack his ass.
But in this, you can like clearly tell like ducking and dodging and shifting. Like you can tell clearly. That's why it's so good. Just choreography and the art style is there.
Like one page I know for.
I know it's choreography. Like Otis having.
I like it. But like it's just like the one scene with Katakuri is weaving, boy. Like that. I'm telling you, the way that shit look. Look, the way that shit came up to me with my eyes, bro. Like I could literally see the nigga weaving that shit, boy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I'm saying, I've never read a One Piece chapter where a fight literally jumped off the screen like that. Yeah. Never.
One page I know for a fact that I do remember was some great artwork though. You remember that page when was Zoro cuts Monet in half? That was amazing artwork.
Yeah.
The one page where he cut her in half and you see like the sword coming off the page, that shit was crazy good.
I feel
crazy. Like I'm looking right now like at page 8, and it's crazy. Like you see like wherever they're entering, whatever area they enter, the debris is crumbling. like in page 8, like you see Katakuri steps and the debris just crumbling under his feet as he's dodging. Like they're just moving with such power, and it's just like dope how it's displayed that way.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like Super Cool brought up like one moment. Like I'm talking about like a whole chapter of just consistent, just damn. Like every art, like every panel, I'm like, damn, this shit look good, bro. Like I
Okay.
can't
Also,
even.
what do y'all think
it
about?
wasn't great art wise. It was great art wise.
I think
What
this
do you
art
think
was
But the
about?
best, I feel like we gotta review some chapters before we just say it's the best. Like,
Yeah, we
Yeah,
do.
yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah,
But
like
yo,
being caught in the moment.
but like
yeah,
y'all
that's I feel like it's everybody
about
doing with this
swole
chapter. Like, it's the
Katakuri.
best
Holy
fight.
shit! Like Katakuri looks swole as shit in page 11.
Yeah, when he was standing on the side right there, and he looked like a
Yeah,
monster
bro.
and shit.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
Yeah, did he just get more diesel as the fight got on, or like what? What's going on with him?
That boy
He
got
wasn't always
40.
he wasn't always this swole. He was not always this
Bro,
big the whole
like,
fight the whole
That's
time.
what I'm saying.
right
man.
here, bro.
He was. They just
And
he just drew him to look bigger from that
it,
perspective. But
it's
he
like that
always been
time, you
that
know.
big.
It's like that time you remember when Zoro like just got swole as fuck when he like I don't remember the fight, but I remember it was a time when that nigga Zoro just like muscles just got huge out of nowhere one time.
That's that nigga though. Like
When he
nigga
was on
that's
Fifth and Island, we was on
that
Fifth and
nigga
There'll
be
be
Island.
no
bitching.
slurping in this stream.
Oh no, chill out. I'm just
You-
No
saying.
slurping.
Listen, you
No
talking about
slurping.
that?
Is
You what?
justified.
Hey, are you
Tighten
talking
up.
Oh
about?
my
Are
god.
you talking about that knee gorilla move where he knee
Yeah,
gorilla and shit?
yeah, yeah,
Ichigoria,
Oh
Nigoria.
yeah. That's what I
Okay,
think
I
it
know
is.
what you're
Swing.
Something
talking
like
about.
that. I think it's something like
That's what
that.
I'm
Where he just
saying.
Yeah.
All right.
So
What did y'all think
Nigoria.
about? I can't remember if we talked about it earlier. What do y'all think about when he made himself into a literal spiraling donut?
That
amazing.
That
raw
was
shit.
wacky.
Nah, that was
Yeah,
raw
no,
as
I
shit.
didn't. That's
Because
honestly, that's
in
go ahead, go
that
ahead.
form, he never laid down on his back, so it's still like it kept his character, even though it was silly.
Honestly, that's the only thing I didn't fuck with. Like I was like, yo, get this shit the fuck out my face, man. I ain't want to see this, man.
It was silly.
I just feel like that. I
Listen,
feel like that was
wait.
Really so.
This nigga literally by him doing that, he creates so much momentum that
Yeah, I
when he
agree.
yeah.
come in, he hooked them. It was
Yeah,
over.
Like
Like
you
he
really
no,
got
that's
to
Like a tire
decipher.
going down a slope.
Like
no.
you
I
really
will.
got
I
to
will
decipher.
say, like,
Go ahead.
go ahead. No, you go ahead.
I was saying you really got to decipher what really happened in that moment to understand how crazy what this nigga just did. This nigga, he dodged a punch in the face, turned into mochi, like turned the ground into mochi to speed this nigga up and and use that momentum to punch Luffy in the face with a goddamn club. Like that's fucking
Pretty
crazy.
fucking lit.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I'm
That's
saying like
crazy.
it's definitely dope as shit in conjunction with Dice Mochi. But if you just separated that shit and I just saw him doing that, like the fuck I was
Yeah, I
like,
agree.
I ain't,
Cause
I ain't into that,
in the
bro.
spoilers, they showed that one picture of this nigga as a donut, and I'm like, what the fuck
Who
is
the
this? This
fuck
nigga
is
a
that?
donut? Like
Yeah,
what? Yeah,
like this
yeah.
shit is
It
garbage.
shocks you when you first see it. It shocked me just like when Kaku had the giraffe fruit. I was like, what the fuck is a giraffe gonna do, my nigga?
Yo, that giraffe went hard, bro.
You stay saying
No, it
that.
didn't.
The giraffe went
Yeah,
hard.
it did.
No,
Nigga.
it didn't. No,
Don't
it
be
didn't.
hating on
I'm
Kaku,
so
bro. Come
nah,
on.
nah. I'm
Alright,
sorry. Even
man.
like everything he was doing with the giraffe fruit, that was just like lame,
Bruh, you
lame,
gonna
Hey,
see
lame.
Iron Black
that shit was
Neck.
corny. That shit was corny as fuck.
This shit was
Yeah.
corny
Bruh, you
throughout,
gonna be
bro.
seeing
Like,
him full body hockey with this long ass giraffe
I
black
look, yo,
neck.
Oh my
if he
god.
come
You know
back,
what?
if he come,
Everybody full body
bro.
hockey.
if he come back with the
Listen.
formations on point, bro,
I
then
don't
I
want to
give it
go
to you.
back, but when y'all was talking about the whole muscle situation, bro, y'all should know already that Oda got the tendency to do that shit. Like number one character, Virgo, bro. Like this nigga looked like he was skinny when he had on the trench coat. Nigga came out that trench
Yeah,
coat.
bro.
This
He
nigga
was
looked
smart as
like
a bitch when he went full body.
nigga looked like he got
Yeah.
chiseled out of stone. Bitch, like what the hell?
Yeah,
No,
y'all
you're
right.
not.
Came
Y'all
out of
right.
nowhere, bro.
You're not lying. This nigga Mr. One lost his neck sitting in some lava and then fell down like the whole time. That's it, bro. Like I don't even understand how this shit happened, bro. Nigga was skinny as fuck. Once we see him in New World, nigga ain't got no neck. Motherfucker just straight diesel,
I
boy.
don't
This
even
shit is
think this is
wild to
better
me.
than the Jozu. I mean, not the Jozu, but who that nigga Zoro fought when he cut steel.
Jazz Bones.
Mr.
Mr.
One.
One.
Yeah,
Whatever.
Mr. One.
It's the one,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's what I'm
Jazz
talking about.
Bones.
That fight
Oh
was
yeah,
hard.
he came out of time skip fucking swole as hell,
You
bro.
don't you don't think you don't think hold on. Doug, you don't think this fight is better than Mr. One versus Zoro?
I don't know, man. I don't think so. I think that fight was just better.
Wait.
Is this fight better? Hold on.
Wait. A motherfucking minute.
Are you supporting Zoro, Dustin, right now?
Nigga, shut up.
Yeah, Zoro's a god.
Oh, my nigga. My nigga.
Hey, Dustin, don't lie to these niggas.
Dustin, I'm
gonna have to rewatch. I'm not
trying my nigga.
How
Is this fight better than Luffy versus Crocodile?
Yes. Yeah.
I'm asking Dustin because he don't like this fight that much.
I like Luffy.
Is it?
I don't know, bro.
Oh my God! What the fuck?
I think Luffy versus Arlong might even be better than this fight.
Oh my God!
No, wait, hold on. Luffy versus Arlong is raw though. Like, come on now.
Yeah. This man with the teeth and everything, he broke his nose. Like I can't even disagree with that.
Look at Virgo got out the seat.
Crocodile fight, nah.
I mean, I think people are confusing like their fanboyism for like entertain. Like, of course, Katakuri's done a lot of cool shit that we've never seen before. That shit is dope. But as far as the aspect of it being a great fight,
yeah, this really been just a slap fest, and then Luffy just keep getting up. I don't really call this a good fight. It's been a slap fest.
Like how many times can you get up? Like I'm gonna just keep beating the fuck out of you with all these different attacks.
King of Lightning did a really good live reaction of the last chapter where this nigga's just molly whopping that bitch. And like the way he edits those fights, yeah, the way he like edited those cutscenes, like that's literally the definition of this whole fight. Like it's just ass whooping, like just nigga just getting stomped out, bro. And like I guess it's not entertaining to see, but like to me, like
unless you hate Luffy or something.
It's entertaining to me.
I love Luffy. I think it's necessary for him. That's the thing.
Exactly.
Like, you and I disagree because I know what you think. Like this is to me like he needs this.
Imagine you see a street fight, you just see one nigga just getting his ass whooped for 8 hours. Like for the first 2 minutes, or the first minute, that shit might be exciting, but after you be like, God damn, this nigga's getting his ass whooped.
The way I feel,
nigga get creased for 8 hours.
the way I feel though, like from a story line perspective, you know what I'm saying? It's just better because it's different. You know what I'm saying? Like every other fight I done seen Luffy, well, most of his fights, I done seen this nigga be head to toe with the main villain, and it's, you know what I'm saying? It's a different switch up. Like I don't want this more of the same. You know what I'm saying? Because this nigga getting beat up. This nigga ain't never get beat up like this before.
Yes, he has. He got beat up like that before.
Bro, do y'all remember what Rob Lucci was doing?
Do y'all remember how he looked after that fight? How Luffy looked after that fight, and how he looked in that other chapter? Do y'all remember how he looked when he was on the ground, couldn't move and shit? That nigga looked fine. I ain't seen no like welt on this nigga face. The nigga didn't look nowhere near beat up.
The inside of that nigga body was like Rob Lucci was fucking this nigga up from the inside, bro. Like this nigga Rob Lucci was fucking this nigga up.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Them real pilgrims.
I ain't trying to downplay that shit. I'm just saying like the nigga look y'all because y'all was saying he ain't never been this beat up. I'm just saying like from looking, you know what I'm saying, he looked way more beat up, and I don't think you can argue that.
I mean, as far as who delivered the most of an ass whooping, yeah, I'll give it to Katakuri.
You can argue that. You can argue. Let me hear your argument. Let me hear your argument.
That nigga, I'm going back to Rob Lucci, bro. He was one of
okay, wait, what makes a great fight?
Yeah, ask that question, Dustin. Okay. What do y'all think that is?
I feel like a great fight. I feel like it's more than one thing. It isn't just being. It isn't just being goddamn. You know what I'm saying? Number one. Virgo getting beat the fuck up in that fight, but it was a good fight, right?
No, like explain. What do you think was a good fight?
Virgo was letting himself get hit in that fight.
No, I'm talking about what you say, Virgo versus Law or Virgo versus Smoker? What you talking about? Yeah, Smoker was getting beat up. That's what I'm saying.
Nah, but he was actually treasoning his ass, bro. If you watch that fight, bro, that nigga was putting some bangers on that boy Virgo. Listen, the one of the rawest parts is when he was doing that smoke shit, and then like that nigga was using observation hockey, dodging all them smoke hands. And then Smoker came with that mean ass elbow, bro. I was like, ooh, that nigga.
Anime did that one right.
Yeah, they did. They really did. It's just to me, in my opinion, like you don't.
Huh?
What's your channel name? Oh, is it Prototype Virgo? Some dumb shit like I'm stupid.
Yeah. I just feel like you don't have to, you know what I'm saying, have a goddamn like even fight for it to be a good fight. Like I feel like if a nigga come back and win, that's a good fight too. Cause it's a comeback fight. I feel like comebacks are like I like comebacks. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And that's just my opinion. You don't have to have an even fight for it to be good.
Let me say this one was a good fight. Why I think Rob Lucci is such a good fight because it had a lot of good things to make a fight in that one fight. We knew how important it was for Luffy to win, just like how Katakuri's is. We saw some really fire ass moves being displayed too. That Rokugan and Luffy shit was like fucking damn.
Hey, let me just. I don't want to stray from the point, but since we talking about Rob Lucci, bro, like, listen.
Do your thing.
Now that he is part of CP0, bro, watch the upper echelon of the moves he fin. Dog, he ain't gonna need to hold two hands together to do Rokugan no more. He finna be punching
his tail.
Yeah, no, he finna be literally hitting with just one hand Rokugan. That bill finna be
And then people say like, yeah, Katakuri's doing a lot of cool shit. But when we were seeing Rob Lucci for the first time, the shit this nigga was doing, like that shit was just as fucking dope to us when you're seeing what Katakuri's doing now, because it's some shit we was like never seen.
Yo, Dustin, you know what's gonna be broken, bro? I agree. That nigga, when we see what armament hockey on his zone, like, you know how, like, bro, you know how this nigga got fucking Luffy got this old swole shit bound, man. Remember, Rob Lucci already had the swole nigga.
Yeah,
you feel me? Like when he get big on his ass,
right here. This the real Black Panther. Y'all gonna see when that nigga full body.
Yeah, that nigga, listen.
Pause.
Yeah, that nigga finna put that shit on. And then listen, when that tech eye, bro, that tech eye with that armament hockey from it's gonna be broken.
Like I said, full body black Jack Leopard. That's Black Panther. That's gonna be the new form.
Anybody seen Black Panther?
No, I ain't seen
it
yet.
Fire?
I'm going tomorrow. I'm supposed to be going tomorrow to go see it.
I'm gonna go next.
Yeah, me too.
I'm supposed to be going tomorrow too.
Man, do it for the culture, man.
I'm gonna go early in the morning when ain't nobody there.
I don't know. Shit, I was the first man. Look, man, we were supposed to be in that bitch at 12, but they had a little school field trip. Bitch, like they wouldn't let us in until all the kids evacuated that bitch, bro. So we were supposed to be in the movie at 12, bitch. We got in that shit at 12:30.
Who take little
No,
kids
the
to
whole school, bro. The whole school, bro. Like it was a field trip, dog. Like
to the movies.
Yeah,
that sounds like a dumbass field trip, though.
Yeah, that's a great field trip. I wish my school would have did some shit for me like that. Hey, hold on. Hey, Keith. Do you like Katakuri? Do you like Katakuri as a villain?
As a villain?
No, I know you don't. I know you don't.
Look,
I know you don't. I know you don't.
Because
I heard you say this shit.
No, he's not on. He's not even a top 5 villain in One Piece. I'll tell you that right now.
Is it even fair? Hold on, just real quick. Like, is it even fair to consider the nigga a villain? Because
he an antagonist. Him that way. He an antagonist, but I still feel like that nigga. He's something he has to get over.
I feel like he's the strongest villain.
He's not a top 5 villain.
Like Luffy is more in the wrong than Katakuri really is. You know what I'm saying? Like Katakuri is doing his job.
Like
it's more like Magellan. It's more like Magellan. Because Magellan's an antagonist. Magellan was the good guy in that scenario.
Wait, how is Luffy more in the wrong when they got one of his crew members?
I mean, them niggas is fucking. Luffy's causing chaos on his island, bro.
Yeah, he's fucking
because they got one of his crew members.
He started.
No,
he started
the crew member
whole shit,
the crew member went on his own accord though.
Luffy started with Big Mom for that. Luffy started with Big Mom before that shit even started though. Luffy started with Big Mom on Fishman Island. Told he gonna beat her ass all around the New World, like way before that shit even started.
Yeah, that's true too.
That's facts.
But when it comes down to like this arc, bro, like Katakuri the strongest fader besides Big Mom, no doubt about that. You feel me? But when it comes to like villainous, like he's just the best fighter on the shit that we seeing right now. You feel me? That's all. You feel me? Like
name me 5 villains better than Katakuri.
No, listen to what I'm about to say.
Crocodile.
Look, I'm trying. Listen. No,
Blackbeard, nigga, right? That's fine right there.
Go ahead, Wallo. Go ahead.
Because like, bro, I'm not even trying to break. I'm just talking about on whole cake, bro. Like, you feel me? on whole cake, nigga. To me, nigga, Oven is more of a villain, nigga. That nigga out there with that cutthroat committee. That
Yeah.
nigga is like that nigga is
Paris
cutthroat
Sparrow was
as
a better
fuck.
villain. Paris Sparrow was a better villain to me. I like Paris
But
Sparrow as a villain,
but that's
boy.
what I'm
You know what I'm
saying.
saying?
I was just about to say, look, Peril Sparrow, Oven, and Daifuku are real villains, nigga. These niggas out here, they don't
Huh.
give a damn. Like
Is that
they
that nigga
cutthroat.
Brago in the chat? What's up?
Yeah. Like I said, like villains,
BBA, what up?
Katakuri is not even a top 5. He's just
Oh, I run that
strong,
Discord.
but he, as far as a villain developed, as raw and cut head, like you said, cutthroat. Like Rollo said, he ain't
What
not
makes
villain.
what makes Rob Lucci a better villain? Why do you think Rob
The
Lucci's
nigga
better?
was out
Because
there
what he
savage
do?
with the shit, bruh. The
You know,
What he
backstory.
do?
you
What
know
did he
why I
do
fuck
though?
with, you know why I fuck with Rob Lucci, because
Explain to me why he's a better villain. Because he's really doing
let
this.
me
He
tell
just
you.
was beating
Nah,
that
I'm gonna
nigga up.
tell
He
you.
wasn't saying no villainous shit. He just was like, I'm gonna
No,
beat
no,
your
no, no.
ass.
Listen, let me tell you why.
No,
Like
no,
that's
no. Wait.
exactly
Oh,
why
go
you
ahead,
said.
Stoke.
Hold on. You said it, my nigga. It's because the nigga ain't say shit the whole lot. That's why I fuck with the nigga, man. Nigga ain't say nothing.
Wait,
Yo,
no.
Cause Saul
Do you
Lupin looked
not
at.
remember?
Hold on. Just real
Then
quick. He looked at the nigga. He looked at the nigga like you ain't ready, bro. Come on now. I ain't want to do it to you.
But I'm
The
saying
whole
nobody,
time they niggas fighting like I ain't want to do it to you, bro. Come on now. That's
nobody,
why I fuck with Rob Lucci.
nobody remembers
Katakuri
when
ain't doing
Rob
that.
Lucci fucking cut open the water to drain down the whole fucking.
Yeah.
That's
To get
villainous
to make sure
shit.
that
Bro,
everybody
let me
died.
tell
What?
you
Make
what's
sure that
savage,
everybody
right?
died. That's
What is
pretty savage.
savage? A jelly bean flick or the way that nigga pointed his finger at that boy Paulie and just sent a whole damn, like he sent a bullet through him with his finger out. That shit is
Hold on.
savage.
Don't get it twisted. Now, y'all don't get it twisted. I'm still saying he's a good villain. Like, the main reason why, for me, in my opinion, why I feel like Rob Lucci was a good villain was just the fact that he backstabbed them niggas at Water 7. That's what made,
yeah.
and he was the leader of that shit. That's what made him a good
Wait, can I
villain
ask y'all
to
a
me.
question? Like,
But besides
will
that, he was just a
everyone's
strong
perspective?
dude. He was just strong.
Would niggas' perspective change when this shit is animated? Like, will the anime change y'all perspective on this whole Katakuri and Luffy shit?
It
You
can
know what I'm
only
No,
get
saying?
because I
Cause
like it. I like it already. I like it already.
It's not really because it's just gonna look cooler. Like it's gonna because animate's always gonna be better than the manga if it's done right because it's animated. But it doesn't
especially
Yeah,
mean
how they're
the
doing
fight
it
is gonna be.
now.
Yeah,
yeah. How they doing tonight? Great.
you know, I heard they back on their shit now.
Yeah, it's real good. Like the whole part where Luffy be running back to the tree and shit to go get to the spot where Sanji was at. They like
Yeah, I
added
heard he
like
had.
a whole bunch of fights and shit. Like that shit was real good. Cause he had to fight his way to get back though. It was great.
Yeah, I mean, cause that makes sense.
Blackbeard, Crocodile, Lucci, man, these niggas
oh,
way over.
I ain't talking about. I'm not
Way
talking about.
over?
Hold on. I'm not talking about niggas that ain't got their own arc. I understand Blackbeard being a, you know what I'm saying. He ain't got his own arc. I'm just talking about strictly niggas that got their own arc. I'll probably say Crocodile. I say Crocodile better. I say Doflamingo better.
all
But
Nah,
I
along,
that's what.
probably say Rob Lucci.
all along was a
Yeah,
better
that's
villain.
that's why. That's
Yeah,
why I feel
how
like.
long was it good?
So
How
That's
long
why
was
I
it
feel
better
like
villain? It just
my
went.
point was
Hold
better.
on. Hey. So you saying Katakuri is not a top 5 villain?
As
No,
far as
He's the
a
best
capable,
antagonist.
as far
He's
as
the
a
best
capable,
antagonist.
As far as
developed,
strength, yes, he's number one. But as far as like being villainous and
personality.
terrifying,
Yeah,
Yeah,
nah,
because I don't think
nah.
he's
Because he
villainous. I
has
think he's
so
the
many
best
admirable
antagonist.
qualities, right?
I think he's
huh?
the best antagonist. Like he's more like you know what I'm saying? Like to me,
He's
like
more like
when
Magellan.
I yeah, that's what I was just gonna say. I think about him like Magellan. Like I don't think
Yeah,
Magellan was a great villain, but I feel like he was a great
Yeah.
antagonist. You know what
I
I'm
mean,
saying? Because he
yeah. No,
stood for good shit.
Magellan is
Magellan
bad as
wasn't
shit.
villainous.
But like
He wasn't
Magellan,
villainous at all.
he wasn't a bad guy. Period. He just wasn't. Like
he
that's why
wasn't.
like it's like Katakuri. Like Katakuri. Like I ain't
So
never like
Katakuri not a
Katakuri
bad
been
guy.
like. No, I'm not gonna.
He's
I ain't
still a
gonna act
bad
like
guy.
No.
Katakuri.
I know,
Real
but
quick. Like I ain't
I
just
mean,
real quick,
at
real
the
quick.
end of the day,
Yeah,
you still gotta
just real
protect his
quick. Like
family.
I ain't gonna act like Katakuri hasn't at times been menacing. You know what I'm saying? Like he hasn't like I haven't been intimidated by reading his shit and seeing what he's been doing. Like yeah, the nigga's raw, but like in terms of like him like being like mustache twirling like villain, like he's not that
Yeah,
guy.
yeah,
Nigga,
he ain't
you
that
mean
guy. I will
Hitler,
agree.
nigga?
I will agree with that
He,
point, but that's why I was saying he's like the best antagonist because it's completely different. Because like when you think about a
Caesar
villain, you think
probably a
about
better villain than Katakuri.
who,
oh
Who?
yeah,
Hell
who,
yeah,
yo,
hell yeah.
Caesar
who you,
is savage, bro.
yeah.
Yo,
No,
Caesar.
Caesar's that
Yeah,
nigga.
Caesar
Caesar's
was
that
villainous.
nigga.
That's what I'm saying. That's
Caesar,
the whole point of what I'm
Caesar's
saying. He's villainous. Like that nigga is not
Caesar.
villainous. That's why I'm saying it's
This
a
nigga
different
was
category of
deceiving
character for what he was.
children.
Hey,
My nigga was stealing
Virgo that
hearts,
villain,
literally.
nigga.
Nigga
That's
was
that
literally
villain.
stealing hearts, bro.
Virgo was a good
Nigga
villain
was
too.
making
Virgo was a pretty good villain
Hell
too.
yeah, he was. Say it again.
nigga made living poison gas and threw it at these niggas. Like I ain't never
Like to
seen no
me,
shit like that.
Katakuri is more like a rival. Katakuri is more like a rival than a
Yeah, yeah,
villain.
that's a
In my
great way to
opinion.
say it. He's more of a
That's a
rival.
great way.
He is
Yeah.
not a villainous
100%.
character though. To me, he's a good rival character.
Nigga's more like a stepdad.
100%.
Hey, Sunning
Nah,
his
like
ass.
Wallow, no, because Wallow and Chatty, y'all be, like Wallow and Chatty have been saying this like a lot earlier. Like they've been saying like it's weird because Curry's kind of almost been grooming this nigga, and
Yeah.
it's like I wonder what that reason is because it's kind of
Nigga
is
just want a
obviously
good
more
fight,
the
bro.
arc goes on.
If I ain't never
feel it,
beat
bro.
nobody up, if I beat everybody up, I fight. I ain't never lost a fight, nigga. I might want to have a good fight every now and then. Like I see something in you, nigga. Come on, you know what I'm saying? Let's see what you got.
It's what we call the one punch man syndrome. He
What's
one
poppin',
shot
Mercy?
everybody and he
Yeah, I agree with that, Virgo. I do agree with that, Virgo. You
Yo.
just want to see somebody that can challenge me.
that can actually give him some go.
Yo.
Yo, what's up,
Good,
Mercy?
Yo, what's good, bro? I was just checking if y'all hear me or not. Hey, bro, look.
Yo, loud
Bro.
ass.
Hey, bro. Yo, where were you so when I need you, nigga? Like, for real, with this nigga, I've been
Who's
arguing
me?
with like 15 other niggas about how category look more impressive in this chapter.
Who me? You
Like,
talking to me?
Brock.
I mean, what
Bro.
was the argument?
Yeah, who
He
you
was
arguing
arguing
with?
that Katakuri looked more impressive than Luffy. That's what he was saying. He's saying Katakuri looks better than Luffy.
Hold on,
in
let
this
me
chapter.
guess. You was arguing with Janoi, Lucid.
But
Wing,
no. It
Wing.
was
Lucid was Lucid involved?
It was Wing, Theory,
I knew it.
Lucid, and all the fodder niggas that don't show up, but show up when Brago's showing up. You feel me?
Huh?
Makes sense.
Say what?
That was a shot. That was a shot if I ever seen one.
Hey, but
Yeah,
What are you saying?
Hey, he talking about them niggas in Discord who only show up on Friday because they know Brago
I
can't make an
know, Pierre. I
appearance.
know exactly what you're saying.
Oh,
they have nothing to do with any other day, bro, and they show up on
You hear
only
that,
one.
Brago?
that is dope
Brago,
that he
you got fans,
it is
man.
dope that he doing it though. That shit.
Hey, that he's streaming through
No,
Discord.
I fuck with it. There's but
I haven't
listen,
been
look.
been able to
This
make
nigga don't
one.
show up.
I've
This
watched
nigga don't
streams.
even
They're
have.
pretty fucking
They
funny.
don't
I was
contribute to
wondering
like
why there were
anything.
mad niggas.
Yeah, they don't
why there was
contribute
mad
to
niggas in
anything
there.
else, bro, except for the shit.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like they
The
kind
only
of
thing I
like
see about 30 niggas in
Y'all
the
know
DC.
niggas, bro. When the cameras come out, niggas coming out the woodworks.
Oh,
Well,
yeah,
what
of course,
niggas
nigga.
change their whole
Oh, yeah.
personalities.
Niggas
Step
want to
over
be
your
Brago
best
stream
friend for the clout.
superstars.
You know, it's
And
Want
not
to be
Step
even
over
Brago
your
stream
best
like,
superstars, nigga.
it's
Come
not
on.
they
even
trying
that.
to
Like,
talk to me like they know me. I'm like, bro, like don't give me that shit, bro. Like they're all disrespectful, bro. They're all
don't trust
disrespectful,
those new
bro.
niggas over
They're
there.
all disrespectful, bro. Like they could say that, like they think they
Yo,
could
all
say
right,
whatever
make
the
it. All
fuck they
right, yo,
want.
fuck that. What was you about to say?
Nigga, I was about to say, bro,
It sound like some crickets going on. and some
they
shit, bro.
say,
It is
yeah.
crickets. It's that nigga super.
I feel like I'm back in the country, back in that summertime and shit.
Yeah,
But
hell
fuck
yeah.
y'all,
Nigga,
bro.
are
Like
you
I can't do shit about that.
you in
You're
the
the
park or
Hey,
something?
Mercy, can I ask you a question, Mercy?
What?
Is he there?
Yeah, he there.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm here. Dustin, what you? I mean, Dustin, what you
Uh,
about to say?
is this fight better than Rob Lucci fight?
Hey, bro. Okay, let me say this right. I feel like
That's
if
a
we
yes.
see if we see an anime of it, bro, and if it's not like really like like because Rob Lucci fight, it didn't go much back and forth. It was like we
What?
seen a lot of it. No, it did go back and forth, but we seen a lot at the same time. Like it
No,
seemed
he
like a
talking
lot of
about it
action at
didn't
the same
jump
time.
around. It didn't
Yeah, it
jump
didn't jump
around.
around much.
Oh, okay.
In this arc, there was a lot going on. You feel me? They had to cover
Shit
everything
ton
up.
going on.
So
Hey, I
that's
can't
why.
believe I forgot to bring that point up too. But my bad.
That's
Go
actually
ahead.
a good point. That's a
Yeah,
great
I forgot
point.
about that point.
So like it kind of make it feel like oh it's kind of it gets boring at one chapter. Then when Luffy and Katakuri shows up and it's like oh it's a hype chapter. You feel me? Like we get to see what's progressing. But if we see like a fight like that without like that much jumping around, yes, it's gonna be better than Rob Lucci versus Luffy, bro.
All right,
I
well,
believe so because
go
we've
ahead.
seen
Rob Lucci fight.
we've seen
Go ahead.
2 parts of Gear 4. You feel me? Like he went Gear 4 Boundman, but it got shut down. Then he went Snake Man. It's like he's keeping up with Katakuri. So I feel like if we seen the anime, yes, it's gonna be weird because now we see a lot more blood and a lot more because like back in Rob Lucci pre-time skip Dave, it didn't show as much like it didn't show much damage, because it's still like they were still showing for kids and shit. But now it's like they're more like comfortable with that shit. So they're gonna show more damage, more like more. I guess it's gonna have more better animation. You feel me?
A little bit more
Yeah,
R-rated.
it's gonna be more lethal. So
let me say one more other point too. You through? Yeah, I don't want to cut you off if you ain't
go ahead.
Are you finished or are you done?
I'm done. I'm done.
No, I ain't trying to be like that. To me, in my opinion, because I really sat down and think about what makes a good fight to me. In my opinion, a good shonen fight is when I'm wondering how the fuck is the main character gonna beat this guy. That's to me, that's what a good fight is. And in this fight, I wonder that shit every week. How is Luffy gonna beat this guy? And that's what a good fight is to me.
I can agree to that.
100%.
See, usually those fights, usually those fights go like this. Like I feel like a great example is probably Ichigo versus Kenpachi. Like nigga getting beat up, you can't fuck with him. Then you find a way to where you can start fucking with him, but then that nigga overcome you on that. Then you back and overcome that nigga.
Yeah, bro.
But when you just getting your ass with the whole fight and then you whip out a form, and then it's like, oh, the fight's gonna be over now with this form that I've been tucking away for all this time.
I don't think you can get over that tucking away part. I think that's what killed this fight for you, the tucking away part.
No, you can't get over that. I know. I'm talking to Dustin about this. Dustin doesn't like this.
Yeah, I think that's what killed this fight for you. That one point.
Yeah, like I can't because I knew Luffy was gonna come back, but I thought it was gonna be like more back and forth than this. Then it's just, oh, I got a form I just remembered. Let's use it now or some shit. Like it doesn't make sense.
That nigga Brago just put something in the Discord talking about qualities of a great villain. He talking about he's convinced he's a good guy. He has many likable qualities. A whole bunch of shit. I ain't even read all that.
Who said that?
He just put that in the Discord. Brago just put it in the Discord. He added everybody.
He said no. Who he said was a great villain though?
He's just saying that these are qualities of a great villain. He's talking about category.
He didn't say anybody specific.
No, when you have redeeming quality, like when you're redeemed, like isn't that like making you like good in somebody's eyes if you're redeemed, like forgiven? Isn't that what redeeming means?
I just equated this. The very first bullet point says he's convinced he's a good guy. Now I already know this nigga talking about Doflamingo.
Probably.
Yeah.
Nah, he talking about oven on old cake.
That's more narcissism is what he's talking about. Like Katakuri isn't really a narcissistic person. Like he don't like even though like his family put that shit on him, it doesn't seem like he viewed that like the same way himself. You know what I'm saying? Like even though like he go through a lot of effort to hide like what he actually looked like from his family. It took him fighting with Luffy for him to be like, oh fuck that.
Like I don't think Blackbeard would give a damn if somebody had stabbed Luffy because he stabbed Luffy because somebody was interfering.
Yeah, no, Blackbeard's not stabbing himself for nothing. Like, let's be real. Like, that's why I fuck with Blackbeard. Blackbeard is that nigga.
My boy Blackbeard was working the shadows, and like he comes out of nowhere in the middle of Marineford War. The nigga freaking assassinates, been on the crew for years. Like, that's some real villain movement.
Moria probably a better villain than Katakuri.
Oh my, you just going down the list of villains now. Yo,
Moria is that nigga though. You gotta know that nigga.
It getting crazy now though. Now you just gonna say Fandom was a better villain than Katakuri. Like, everybody's a better villain.
Shit.
Well, I mean, Spandam might have been a better villain.
Shit. Waffle was.
Waffle a better villain than Katakuri because Waffle just like took over a whole kingdom. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you want to use that shit, like, yeah. Like we've already said that he ain't a villain.
Guess what? They are. They are.
But he's the strongest antagonist, though.
I've already said that he wasn't. I don't look at him as a villain. I look at him as a rival.
See, hey, look, I got a question for y'all real quick. All right,
and I got an answer. What's up?
So look,
don't steal my shit.
Nigga, I've been saying that since now.
Nah.
Hey, so look at this real quick. So I was debating with people because like when Luffy
get to the point.
When he listen, I'm getting to the point. I gotta think about it, bro. I gotta put it in a perspective. So when Luffy was he first showed up to the new Sabaody right after the 2-year time skip and shit. Mm-hmm. And you know how I met the pacifista and he had the Kizaru's laser drone, right? Yeah. And you remember how he dodged it with just a basic observation, right?
Facts.
Right? And now Katakuri is struggling to dodge Luffy's snake fucking punches with plus jet with his observation hockey. So I don't know how that makes sense. You feel me? Like, does that mean Luffy's punches
So
are
like, I
faster?
mean, that's if you want to
Yeah.
actually equate with them talking about
See,
the lasers being the
I've
speed
been
of light,
trying to see
which I
now.
don't believe they are.
See,
Yo,
now
Mercy.
yeah.
The nigga literally said his punches are gaining speed as they keep stretching. Like them shits are picking up speed every time they stretch further and bounce off that shit. That shit go
That's
faster.
what I'm saying, bro. Because
Yeah.
like,
No, like I
I've been
wish he could
also
apply that to his whole body. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I
why
was
can't you just do
arguing.
that?
I was also arguing this point in Discord because what I believe is the laser, the fucking pacifistas threw at Sabori at Luffy. I feel like Luffy's gear fourth punches plus the jet shit he does is faster than the little laser shit pacifista because Katakuri's is having more trouble dodging that shit.
Like,
I
Niggas
mean,
never let that pacifista shit go.
yeah, but the thing is, Luffy fucking does the pacifista with just basic observation, and his speed wasn't even that impressive back then. Now it's much better.
I get that, but I'm saying like, don't the pacifistas? They're not that crazy.
That's the thing. You feel me? Because that's where it comes in. I'm like, okay, what do I think? Like, because it's hard to believe that Luffy's punches are faster than Kizaru's lights. But then you're like, okay, but Luffy is fighting a first commander, and he is at that level. So it might be, you feel me? So I'm like, shit. Like now I'm like kind of confused which way do I lean because Kizaru's light speed, it is the fastest tool in
That's
the
always
fucking
going to be
verse.
something that's up in the air, especially with even equating.
That's the
first
only
commander
time will
to
tell,
Atlas.
bro.
But like
Only
that's
time will tell, bro.
yeah,
I don't know what the fuck
exactly.
you
Only
talking
time will
about,
tell. Because we don't have a definite answer for that.
Yeah, bro.
I
You feel
guess.
me? People already have
don't
it
think about shit
defined
like
that. People already defined it like because that's what I was trying to say. I was trying to say like Luffy's punches are faster. Like at like gear 4, like the Snake Man punches, the Python shit. Like, feel me?
Yeah.
But now what I was arguing with Theory. Theory's like, nah,
Based
it's
on
not
how
that
he
fast.
based on how he described it, it should be faster.
That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, but then like they have I guess like this like it's
I mean, not look, hold on, not initially,
yeah.
but it like if it extends for a certain point, it can get faster than
Yes,
than a
that's what
gear
I'm trying
4
to say.
punch,
But
like a Kong punch.
yeah, because remember he did say he could add the jet style to it. You know how he does the jet pistol, jet bazooka, and it's like it leaves like a I guess sound barrier break jump behind. It's like a cloud, bro. He does the same shit with gear. So that's crazy. That's almost twice as fast as gear 4, bro. I mean, like bound man. Like almost twice as fast, bro. Because look, he made a new form. Look, I'm not trying. He made a new form just to like. He made a new form for speed only. Plus, he's adding gear second factors to it.
Wait, hold on. Is
The,
there
the
jet
factor of gear
moves
second is added to gear 4th. Period.
Wait, hold on. Is there jet moves in gear 4 like Bound Man?
Yes, that's what the snake shit he did. Yeah, it was added.
No, I'm talking no, I'm talking about in Bound Man. Did he use
No, I
jet
don't.
moves?
No, he didn't.
None at all.
Nope.
Nah.
Luffy was using the same moves in Snake Man, but just with different names and shit.
Correct.
Yeah.
Then like
he literally took over in the game like
And niggas be supposed to get hyped like, oh shit, but he's using the same shit, just new names.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Katakuri
Behind
bro.
that. It ain't nothing original. It just got a different name stamp on the shit. It ain't nothing that it impressed me different from his Gear 4 Bound Man.
Listen. His Gatling gun is a bunch of culverins like slapping off crazy and shit. That's all.
But all right, man.
But Katakuri made that shit look.
You been in the stream, Virgo?
I ain't say that.
Katakuri made that shit look.
It looked like you was about to say that. He said, "Hey,
I ain't say y'all gotta go home, but
y'all gotta get the fuck up out of here." You know what? I actually wasn't going to, but now that you think about it, we have been streaming a while. What I was getting ready to ask was, what would y'all give the chapter if you had to give it out of 10?
I give it a 6.5.
I guess
Who said that? Who said
we're
that?
not doing order, huh? So
yeah,
go in order, I guess.
That's what a leader does.
We're gonna start with. I'm
6.5.
gonna ask you why. Why do you give it a 6.5?
It's a good fight, but for me, like it raises a lot of fucking questions, and that That's irritating.
Yeah, we need
Okay.
answers more than questions, bro.
Yeah.
Okay, word. All right, Wallow.
Yeah, man, that shit, man. Nigga, I'll probably say like a 7.
Word. Okay. Why?
Shit, just cause Katakuri alone.
Hmm.
Fuck Luffy.
My nigga. Category the ops.
All right. Dustin.
Oh, I'm next. I gave it a 6. I gave it it got 6 points because of I like the Snake Man design, the action. I mean, it was action, so and then the art was really good, so it got 6 points. But it didn't make sense of why he was using the form now.
Okay.
Like, why didn't he use the form? Nigga, why didn't he use it 45 minutes ago? Why didn't he use it an hour and 20 minutes ago? Like, he was still getting his ass whooped an hour and 20 minutes ago.
Because his observation hockey
I ain't got
wasn't
all the
ready
answers
yet.
for you.
Yeah, but the observation hockey has nothing to do with Snake Man.
That's what people think right now, but man, it has something to do with it.
How?
He's cracking them consistently.
He explained it and said how he's able to hit him. He says even if you dodge it, it still keeps going and it turns and it speeds up faster and it hits him from a place he can't see.
But that's my point. All right, if his observation, listen, this guy can see into the future and it is still connecting him to him. Luffy, if his observation hockey wasn't on this level, he would not be able to focus and keep track of that shit.
But remember the cover he get against Doflamingo? I don't get that. Like,
no, because bound ain't as fast as this one. Gaining speed. The Cobra and Bound Man don't gain speed like that. This shit is like a locomotive. It's just going faster and faster.
So observation hockey increases your speed of attack.
No, it doesn't increase your speed of attack. But listen, all right. Think about it like this. If you're all right, essentially, if you're riding a bike or you're skating so fast, can you turn properly? Can you move properly? No. But his observation hockey is letting him, when he moves it, he can better maneuver it because he can keep track of it. It's like, you know what I'm saying? He could actually keep up with it because his observation hockey. He could see the aura of where he's trying to go with it. Before he couldn't do that, or
that's not what he said, though. He said,
you know
that's not what he said.
Listen, we gotta wait for this real Viz translation.
Okay.
And we gotta wait for the fuck going on.
If Viz say all that, what you said in the chapter, Gemini's box and mainstream need to shut down.
Hey, real talk. The way that Wallow explained it, Wallow got to
They left a lot out. That was a lot out.
No, but I'm just saying though, cause like me, I'm just trying to make sense of it because if this form, bro, like I would feel this whole observation. He could just pull this shit out. If he could have just pulled this shit out, bro, and all it was speed, that's some bullshit. That's some straight buns right there for real. Straight trash.
Exactly. Like people can't, like they say, nah, it can't be that because that would just be trash. So it has to be something else. But Oda's not.
Well, that means they've already closed their mind.
Yeah.
No, but there are some stuff that are like kind of like it's set there. You feel me? Like you know how Luffy dodged like Pacifista's fucking lasers with
Here we
just
go.
basic observation.
That shit right there, quick.
Like I was saying, like basic observation hockey, right? But then, like you have to think, like if this was just Luffy just using speed, right? You think Katakuri wouldn't just use his normal observation hockey and just dodge that shit? He's also seeing future sight, and on top, he's seeing future. So you're telling me that he can't read that it's going behind him, and because he saw that shit right after that, he like, what's going on? I felt like the first time he dodged it, he just used normal observation hockey, and after that, he had to use future sight. I feel like that's what initially happened.
Hold on. Let's get back on topic. Mercy.
Yeah.
Well, we're on topic technically. But what do you give the chapter, Mercy?
Hey, I give the chapter like a 7, bro. Just cause look, Katakuri looked like a lot, like really impressive on this chapter. So did Luffy, but the thing is, I expected kind of more from Snake Man. I mean, the character design should look cool. We also need explanation on like how the fuck did Luffy get to Snake Man. We didn't see no flashback or any type of that shit. and basically, yeah, that you know.
Okay.
And
Kisei,
also,
Kisei gave it a 6 out of 10. Shout out for Kisei coming through. And Super.
Can y'all hear me now? I've been trying to talk. Like, can
No,
y'all hear me?
you've been quiet the whole time, but you good now.
But the main question I was trying to ask y'all while y'all was giving out y'all rankings is, if we get some information after this, will this chapter still be a 6 for y'all?
Yeah.
Okay, that's all I
Depend what
want
the
there.
information is.
Yeah, I would agree with that because nigga, they should have gave us that information this chapter.
Yeah. That's like
I disagree.
if like
I
Oda said
disagree.
next chapter why Luffy's able to do Red Hawk, it would still be track and nigga took you this long to tell us that.
Couple arcs, huh?
Yeah.
like, yeah, bro, like it's not fair because
I personally, I
this
gave
is
it a
a
7
high
out of
tier
10. It
basically.
wasn't no crazy. We didn't get no
You
crazy
asking, did you
information. It
ask me
wasn't
my
no
rank
crazy
though?
world
You asked me
building
my
went
rank
down. They
right
didn't
though?
really show us the other stuff, but I enjoyed the choreography. It was
I give it
dope.
an 8. I give it an 8, probably 8.5.
Okay.
Damn, that is
Yeah.
high, bro. That is
Yeah,
If
bro.
I
I got
if
a whole
I
bunch of
gave
pessimists in my
the
stream.
chapter,
Everybody giving
if I
sixes and
gave the chapter when the fight
6.5.
first started a 9, like this is an 8.
Yeah,
Like I
we
don't
can
like
make
I
this.
gotta, you know what I'm saying, go beat, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying, like
bro.
based on
I
what
mean,
I was
honestly,
doing.
it ain't no 10 out of 10. It's not no. It's not no. I want to live, or it's not no. I don't remember every anti-seat. No, I'm just playing. No, but
Like
it's
for
not
me,
none
like
of those.
I gave it such a low rating just because like it just changed. It changed a lot for what I was like. It just changed what I was expecting completely. Like
Yeah,
and
all right,
now
man. I
now
gotta be out.
like
Y'all boy be
I
easy.
don't like I
All
feel
right,
like I
Wallow.
feel like
It
the
met my
Yeah, yeah.
expectations. You saw well. Hey, but it's
I feel
cool.
like
Huh? Go ahead.
I feel like the pattern that Oda has been following is now just changed completely. Like he's just broken it 100% now. And like that now I'm trying to figure out where the fuck he trying to go next.
See,
And
yo, let me give
Hey,
y'all this
hey,
perspective, right?
boys. I'm sorry. We keep this going on Discord, but I gotta get up out of here, man.
All
All
right,
It
bro.
right,
was dope.
Virgo.
All right,
It
bro.
was
For
dope
sure, bro.
having y'all, man.
What did you give it, Virgo? What did you
Huh?
give it? What rating did you give it?
7.
Okay, that's fine. That's
We
cool.
good at 7. But all right, my nigga super cool. My man's Mercy. My
Hey,
man's
bro.
Soap. And Dustin reacts.
Hey.
Dope having you here, bro. Dope having everybody here. It was dope. Everybody that came through, be it Wing, be it Kisei, be it Milo, be it who else? Who
Milo
am I
was here?
missing? Yeah, Milo was here.
My nigga Milo.
We had a few people here. Be it Charlie, Anime Ebon, fucking Grim, all y'all that came through. Thank y'all very much. Everybody in the chat, thank all y'all for supporting y'all the big homies. Shout out to Brago holding down the chat game. Shout out to my niggas last coming through too. Russ, Link Lord. Shout out to all y'all, man. It's dope. All y'all. Oh, 6 out of 10, Z Killer.
Hey, bro. Appreciate it.
Fair enough. Thank you, bro. But I gotta catch you. Y'all know what the fuck it is. We
All
out
right,
here.
bro.